Hello, everyone. My name is Mr. Twitchy in a sling because I just had shoulder surgery a couple of weeks ago, and that is partially the reason why this is a catch-up stream for chapters 1131 to 1138 of One Piece. So, Elbaf, lore, got a lot of stuff going on. I'm not going to waste too much time on a recap because most of you have not seen me for a while, and I just got done with my own reread of Elbaf. It's only like 5 or 6 chapters, so relatively straightforward. Pretty much, Roto had us in a little enclosure that was meant to be a prison cell or containment area for giants, and we broke out, obviously. And then as we were crossing the bridge from the castle to the actual Yggdrasil tree, that's when Luffy got a inkling that there was a strong adversary that he wanted to interact with. That being Loki, who is the accursed prince of King Harold and the brother to Harajin, the giant that is on our Grand Fleet. Now, I did see that there was kind of like a mural or like a cave painting for like 1138. That's primarily the main lore drop. The reason why I wanted to do this today, so that I don't get spoiled any more than I have already. The fact that it exists. And I do know that Robin's bangs, they do return, which is a nice little touch. So she gets to see Saul once more. But without any further delay, let me get into chapter 1131, Loki in the Underworld. Ogre Child Yamato's Golden Harvest Surrogate Pilgrimage, Volume 18, After That Sword Thief. Yeah, because you fell asleep. Oh yeah, says Luffy. I knew this was Elbaf. We've been waiting to get here for ages. Everything really is huge in Elbaf. Oh yeah? Good for you. By the way, I wonder if Usopp will figure it out when he gets up there. What's on top of the tree? Hey, the most powerful nation in the world lived and breathed warfare? Wow, that's wild. When I was on Dory and Broggy's ship, I'd never seen so many giants at once. It was really overwhelming. Hey, Luffy does not care about this one-sided conversation. I can believe they're the most powerful. Hey! I'm talking to you! Grrr! Alright, all the the wolves, they're gonna back up a little bit. I am the sun god, enshrined in the legends of this land. You will not speak without my permission, human. Elbaf's Accursed Prince, Loki, Special Government Bounty 2.6 Billy. Now answer me. What do you make of this situation? What do I make of it? That you're chained up? Keenly surmised, but no man chooses to be chained. And I am no exception in this regard. I would rather be free. Did you know I've been here for 6 years? 6 years! I consider myself the strongest in all of Elbaf. But this tree is known as the Jewel Tree, Adam, which forms the very kingdom of Warland itself. The chains are sea prism stone. They rob me of my strength and keep me imprisoned. Okay, so one thing that was also mentioned is that he killed his father to obtain the devil fruit that was passed down throughout the line. Might have went to Harajin. He might have just kind of took over his dad before his dad was willing to give up the throne. So what devil fruit does he have? So I have a question for you, Roddy. It's Luffy. Do you want to make a deal, Luffy? You're a pirate, aren't you? If you should undo these chains that bind me, I'll offer to completely eliminate one rival pirate crew of your choosing. What do you say? The key should be somewhere in the village. Now, if you'd rather not, I won't force your hand. Oh, but I didn't mention, this is the lowest plane of Elbaf, the underworld. A place that no one dares venture into. Alright, he's starting to get the serious face, so... Locked in, Luffy. Those judged to be criminals are dropped down here. This place is their prison and their execution yard. Let me go to the double spread. Dig into the snow around you, and you'll find the bones of giant and man alike. Something picked up a tree, ate a tree. These mountains have existed for tens of thousands of years. In our mythology, we call this the First World. Alright, snake bite, chomp through the rock. A place where the sun is only a dead memory, foolish human. I don't know what brought you to these snowy peaks, but you best be wary of the wild beast. A great and deadly sentinel prowls each and every mountain, and since I was a lad, they've all been fast friends of mine. Oh, this takes me back. Conqueror's Hockey, knocked out. So, if you don't do as I say, they may not take kindly to it. Alright, we got Polar Bear, we got Gorilla, Mountain Head, we got this dire wolf that looks incredible in the front. Snake, obviously, and then a woolly mammoth. I think that pretty much covers it. Those other little ones are humans who choose to do battle with Elbaf. They wear stinking robes to turn away the ravenous beast. But they only delay the inevitable. They are corpses already. Now that's really uncalled for, sir. Who is this guy? Can we rob him blind? Maybe he's got something. We don't want to get knocked unconscious like the last time. I mean, around here, you don't expect to run into Red Hair Shanks of all people. Huh? Did you just say Shanks? We did, but this is really invalidating everything we thought we knew. Who is this guy? How did he tame the Sentinels of the Peaks? What? Wait a second, who is this pipsqueak? Did Shanks really come here? Do you know Red Hair? Grin. If you mean that coward of a pirate, he certainly did. Ooh. Okay, we do see the robed gentleman in the front there. I missed that on the last page. Oh! Gear forth immediately. Yeah! Prince Loki! Hey, wait, take it easy. I was only joking. What? Don't say that, even as a joke. I'm helpless here. I can't defend myself. The instant I get these chains off, I'm gonna kill him. Huff, huff. Then you better not make me mad. Next time you say something like that, I'll embed you into that tree. You wouldn't dare, idiot. And why was Shanks here? Why did he come to see you? That couldn't have been why he was here. Is he still in Elbaf? You won't be getting those answers for nothing. Yeah! Look out, it's really shaking. I'm gonna die. Is that what I think it is? Huff, huff. Huh? You mean, yeah, someone's coming. I don't know who it is, but he looks all charred up like he's got hit by lightning. Put the pieces together, guys. It's probably whoever was under that sun god mask. Okay, so thankfully they did. I knew it. And behind him is that female warrior and the chubby one. They're chasing him and carrying the Sunny? The Sunny's there? What's going on? Sounds like it's cutting time. No! They might be the master's friends. There's only one thing to do. Look, the finish line is before us. We gotta run it out. Sprint for all you're worth. Get to the Elbaf village that must be up there. If they catch us, we're goners. All right, Harajin. Underworld, Warland. There we go. Took down that moose just in the nick of time. These beasts don't live in the upper forest, but their meat is exquisite. I can already see the excitement on the Straw Hats' faces. But how will we carry this monster? Stanzen. New giant pirates, the shipwright. Got a big old hammer. Can't use a painter. Those sunstones don't work when it's snowing. Suck it up and be a man. This is meat for my saviors. Can't use a painter. Those sunstones don't work when it's snowing. Sunstones? I know, like sea stones, but like sunstones? Are they like, trying to think, like, what's the best analogy? Like, kind of like a, would I call it a yeah, kind of like a dial. So from, obviously, Sky Island, how it brought in an impact and then sent it back out. Sunstones could bring in sunlight and then use that to expel heat. A Harajin refresher. Back in Dressrosa, Harajin was caught in the wicked plot of Doflamingo, former warlord, and was nearly forgotten by the world until he was rescued by the Straw Hat crew. Now he is one of the 7 captains in the Straw Hat Grand Fleet. Thanks, Oda. Heave! Ho! See, we got this. We are the mighty warriors of Elbaf, the new giant pirate crew. New giant pirates, self-proclaimed Straw Hat Fleet. A pirate crew of 5 younger giants, Captain Harajin, Cook Goldberg, Dr. Gerd, Shipwright Stanzen, and Navigator Rodo. From the generation after Dory and Bragi. Finally got to it. The sea near Elbaf. Whoa, what do you think, Robin? I've never cut a woman's hair before. I was quite nervous about doing it. My heart would have been racing if I had one. Yo, skull joke. Bone. Yeah, you don't have a heart. So unscientific. You look really cute, Robin. Haven't seen that look on you in ages. That's stunning. Well done, Brooke. It's perfect. Thank you, Brooke. Yo, happy to help. Oh, so it's the look you had when you met Saul. Then he'll be especially happy to see it. Oh man, I just know this reunion will have me ballin'. That's the hairstyle we remember too, Robin. Just the breeze going in her face and her bangs. The mists have cleared. Land ahoy! Prepare to moor. The island of giants is gigantic. We gotta have a toast when we get to harbor. Yeah! Elbaf. Huff, huff. Big trouble. It's Dr. Saul. He's fallen and won't get up. You don't get to do this to me, Oda. No. No. You do not get to do this to me. Thank you, Vante. Yes, please like the stream if you're enjoying. Almost at 100 subscribers as well. And yes, Luffy went right at that throat once Loki disrespected Shanks. All right, quick hydration break. I will be right back. Okie dokie. Let's get into 1132 next. 1132 Adventure in Elbaf. Blah blah blah. Volume 19. Udon Castle under reconstruction at the quarry. Okay. It's the great Eric. The giant pirates have returned. Isn't that great? What took them so long? Hey, captains, are you gonna drink at the pub? Child of Elbaf. Elbaf. Cullen. Wep. Aw. Oh no, they're going straight up. Oh, they are? That's smart. If they've got guests with them, once they start drinking, they'll be here for 3 whole days. If you're going up to the Sun World too, then I've got Ripley's favorite here, and a bit of Daddy's favorite too. Wow, thanks. Do you know about the pirate that Captains Dory Broggy are bringing here? He was just named one of the 4 emperors. Even Captain Redhair was talking about him. Don't forget this name, Straw Hat Luffy. Okay, I'm off. Hey kid, tell the captains we'll deliver the snacks for their feast later. Yeah, sure. Look, it's the Great Eric. Our timing's perfect. The rainbows just touched down. Let's ride their coattails. A rainbow? It's so pretty. What a huge rainbow. I wonder if it's raining on the other side. I've never felt a rainbow so close before. It's really bright and solid. Well done, Bonnie. Oh, I've missed seeing her specifically in like her childlike format. Just this sense of awe and like mystique that she has about the world. I know that she was one of the, the worst generation of pirates, and she did this all when she was like, I don't know, 12, 14, whatever, however old she is, but I just love seeing her excited. Are they supposed to be visible at this angle? It's such a mysterious and beautiful sight every time I see it. Is it that wondrous to you? We draw them with these painters. Draw them? You mean you created that rainbow? But of course. Okay, now I have no clue what painters are. Zero zip, nada. We're nearing the foot. Ready to go, captains? Oops, you ought to grab onto us now. The ship's gonna go vertical. Huh? Vertical? Why? Ah! Hey, wait. Ah, what's happening? Time to go up. Guess we didn't explain this yet, did we? The Elbaf villages are on top of that tree. So we go right up this rainbow to get there. Makes sense. We'll have a grand feast when we arrive. No, not that part. Explain about the rainbow. What is this ship riding on? Rainbows are caused by the refraction of light passing through raindrops. Ga-ba-ba-ba-ba. What nonsense are you saying? You can ride on rainbows. You can? I love this, like, again, this sense of wonder that Oda is able to create with all of his stories. It's just magnifique. Magnifique? I don't know. French. We're really riding on it. Ga-ba-ba. It's a tailwind. Perfect rainbow sailing weather. There's no resistance to the flow, so once you've rowed a bit, the rainbow carries you the rest of the way. I bet Luffy and the others will lose their minds when they see this. I think I've lost my mind already. Yo! Yeah, me too. Ow! Also, I think this is rightfully, and given the lore drop that we get in 1138, I think this is 100% a reference to Sky Island, Skypiea. And you know what? Just Skypiea, so underrated. I love Skypiea. It's one of my favorite arcs. Not just like pre-time skip, but like since. Wow, it's like sailing on a sea of colors. Even the sparkly sound it makes is pretty. There are so many things still to learn about the world. Time to ship out Binks's brew. All right. Hey, Captains Dory Broggy, is Straw Hat there? Well, whose ship is that but Harjin and Stanzen? Oh, it's been a while, Harjin. Good to see you, bud. Cyborg! Frankie. I see. So Straw Hat's coming a bit later. We hunted a moose just for him. Ah, moose is tasty stuff. I'm getting hungry already. Only if there's leftovers. This is for the Straw Hat crew. Yeah. Fair enough. The rope bridge connecting the underworld and the sun world. Ooh. Huh? The Sunny. Hey, that's our ship. Ah. You must be Luffy. He's so cute. I love little humans, but I'm not like him. I'm not like that weirdo Roto. He will never financially recover from this. He will never financially recover from this. All right. I don't want to lock you up. I just want to be friends. Gerd, that's really not the point right now. Oh, sorry. I know all about you. You were brought here against your will. And that was because of that weirdo I know against my will. I'm so sorry about that. You mean the bonehead guy? You just flew from the underworld. Did you fall down here? Huh? Did he forget? Don't tell anyone about meeting me or our little promise. You got that, Luffy? That is, hey, it's too cold to be sweating that much. Don't worry about it, man. We're just glad you're all right. Elbaf Sun World, 2nd level. Now I've found you at last. Come back to me, my precious little live dolls. Quickly, before everyone else finds out, I have to lock you up more securely than before, so I can keep you for life, my ultra rare Nami, and ultra rare Chopper. Defufufufu. That is not a sound I ever thought I would make in my life, so enjoy. I don't believe it. Even animals wouldn't fall for that trap. Oh geez, you overdid it, Zoro and Sanji. We can't get in trouble. We didn't touch him. I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you. Let's get going. I want to see this land of giants now. Curse you tiny humans. Huh? There he is. And the Straw Hats are there too. That sounds like my ultra rare Gerd. Perhaps she has come to rescue me. Stop right there, Roto, you freak. Wham. Wow, a giant babe. See? Now the evidence of our attack is gone. Good point. Ah, hey you guys, Luffy. The Sunny's here too. Hello there, you must be the Straw Hat crew. I'm Gerd, and this is Goldberg. We're Haraju's friends. Yep. I'm so sorry you had to go through that scary experience. Don't worry, we'll be escorting you from here. Wow, so Gerd's gonna show us around? We didn't know what happened to us. Oh, and I'll explain, and make him pay for that. Let's go, Usopp. The Elbaf village is supposed to be on this level. Yeah, I can't wait to see it. Just go straight through these woods and you'll reach the clouds. Hitch a ride and you'll see the village. Let's go after them. Whoa, it's island clouds. Wait, what if they're not? She said we could ride them on the giant pirate's ship. Once we pass these clouds, you'll see it. Oh no, this village is burnt to cinders. I am already calling it now. Elbaf has 3 levels, Astral, Sun, and Under. I like that. Starting from the top, it's the Astral World, Sun World, and Underworld. We live on the Sun World, where the sun's rays reach. There are a number of villages there. It's too big to see all of it at once. But that's our village over there. Wow. Okay, well. Okay, so I do see some giants. I don't see a lot. Welcome to Elbaf. Whoa. To be in the presence of the Gargantuan is to know emotion. Who can possibly put this sight into words that convey its grandeur? You guys, someday I swear, I'm going to Elbaf. To the village of warriors. All right, Usopp, let's do it. All right, quick little commercial break. I have to die on this hill for my boy Sherm, because he and myself, to a lesser extent, used to love Usopp. And I say used to because Oda has given him the shittiest end of the stick for hundreds of chapters. I would say his last real like shining moment was in Dressrosa. I think Dressrosa was like chapter 700, so literally about 400, 500 chapters ago. He's had some stuff since then, but nothing like a feat that I would consider it as. Alright, they're all just marveling at this wonder. This is Elbaf Island, the kingdom of Warland. But most simplify the matter by just using the name Elbaf for the land of the giants. Hey, Straw Hat! Oh, Luffy's group is here. We've been looking for you. Huh? Did you guys just get here? Glad we found you. It worked out in the end. Plants, trees, vines, flowers, insects, fish, birds, and animals. Everything is breathtakingly huge. Adventurers do not regret your lost time here. Elbaf rules! What? Are you guys riding a rainbow? However, if there is one message you take away from my account of the gigantic and mystical land of Elbaf, let it be this word of warning. Let us on the ship. Is that a giant bear? Do not overstay your welcome here. Louis Arnott, ex-explorer. Ooh, I don't think we've heard Louis Arnott's name since like maybe, was it Skypiea? Question mark? Do you guys know? I have one person in here, it's probably Vante. So if you know Vante, let me know. But if you don't know, that's perfectly fine. Again, I'm going to get some water and get right back into it. Alright guys, so we are on chapter 1133. Volume 20, Holden attacks. Drop your valuables. Bruh, I cannot with this dumb lion tummy doofus. 22 years ago, the scene in O'Hara, it chilled me to my spine. That was an atrocity. The evacuation ship, packed with innocent civilians, suddenly exploded and went down in flames. To my dying day, I'll never forget the sounds of the screams that emerged from the fire. And Nico Robin did that? Not only that, but several other battleships were also sunk. She's a demon in the body of an 8-year-old girl. The government won't go into detail about the story. The truth is so shocking and brutal that it will traumatize children. If you see her, don't approach. Just tell the authorities. What? There's a criminal on this island? I met her. She had the eyes of a killer. Shut up, Bachan. She's got the brain of a veteran scholar, but no human emotions to go with it, as she's literally feeding scraps to a dog while she's starving herself. Look at that bounty. Grab your guns and let's hunt her down. Don't be fooled by appearances. Your mercy is wasted on her. She uses freakish sorcery. Catch her as quickly as you can. I can't sleep at night knowing she's out there. I just wish she'd die already. Why can't the Navy hurry up and find her? Yeep. She's a menace to the world. Huff. Oh no! You... Really? She was about to jump off? Like, I get it, but like Oda? Damn. Husa. Listen carefully, Robin. You are all alone right now, but someday, without a doubt, you will meet friends. But Saul, I am so scared. Everyone hates me. When it's unbearable, remember what I taught you. Just laugh like this. It's not there. Hey, what do you think you're... she. Oh, she drew O'Hara on the map where it used to be. I hear she travels from town to town, killing and robbing people. She lowers their defenses with her childish looks, then slits their throats in the night. Ew, it's insane. I just wish she'd die. Dead she. Stupid brat deserves to be dead in a ditch somewhere. Just go away forever. Dead she. Dead she. Present day. Elbaf, New World. Huh? A port on top of a tree? Are we on the sea or clouds? Ready to dock. This is the port of the Western Village. It's sea clouds. Welcome back, captains. You took so long, we got worried. Why, it simply beggars the mind. Beggars the mind? Yeah, beggars the mind. I don't like that translation. Blows the mind? A lot easier. Everything is on a different scale. What a grand sight. Wow. And they're here too. Hey, you guys, look at this. Isn't it wild? Yeah. Wow. What is that? It's a spar. It's a spar. A mist ship that uses the buoyancy of island clouds to sail. Whoa. That's cool. It's all amazing. How is this place so amazing? Creak. The climate on Elbaf is simply perfect. Island clouds, sea clouds, bubbles, rainbows, hovering. It can support all of these things. Straw Hat, Usaland, and friends! I'm so glad to see you here in Elbaf. I knew you changed your hair, Robin. I see you've been getting into Elbaf's swing of things too. Good to see you again, Harjan. I've heard tell of all your exploits. You're an Emperor of the Sea now. That's the fleet captain we all look up to. I'll give you full introductions later, but for now, they got this man on a cross in the background. They do not play with their crucifixions. The four of us are the new giant pirates at your service. 5. Nice to meet you. I said I didn't need you to follow me. Who cares? We'll do it anyway. The news about how you beat Big Mom over in Wano? Question mark? Made waves over here, and we never pay attention to the outside. Big Mom? I was friends with Lin Lin long ago, but she did something unforgivable in Elbaf. Hey, you can chat up with them after a toast, Harajin. First, let's eat and drink. We've got a whole mountain of food, sized for us. Ga-ba-ba-ba-ba. Coming to the pub. Woo, I'm starving. Yeah, I've been so amped up that I'm running on empty. Hey, Luffy. Southwest of the Western Village. I can go on my own. Not gonna happen. I want to see this. Yeah, so do I. I'm just seeing the sights. Me too. Dr. Saul wanted to show you the library, Robin, so we're taking you to the school below it. Thank you for guiding us there, Gerd. It's my pleasure. It's a long trip. Listen, Robin, the thing about being captain is you have to pay your respects to everyone who's helped out your crew. What? Where'd you learn that? It's the honorable thing to do. Duh. Oh, that's a good point. We can wait on the toast. Bring Saul back with you. In the meantime, I'll prepare that special mousse for you. Take your time, folks. Okay. Lots of dialogue. Throat's kind of scratchy, pause. But what I'm thinking is, or what I have thought for a long time ever since she died, Big Mom is not dead. Because the homie that is Zeus that has her soul is still alive. I'm assuming once she actually dies that the soul would then reincarnate with the rest of her soul. Now, Oda could flip it either way. I think he is more likely the type of writer to where he will bring her back again. And possibly Kaido, but definitely Big Mom. Big Mom is higher up on the return ability. The likelihood of returning. English. But let's continue. And also, I love the traditional, like, Norse or, like, Danish architecture that Oda's doing. Great. Warriors have to study hard, too. Dr. Saul mostly teaches classes on history and various books. That's the Warrior Spring, and right by it is the Owl Library. Spring? It looks like a beach. Yes, it's a sandy beach caused by part of the tree becoming fossilized and eroded. It doesn't have tides, but the waterfalls come from the spring cause waves to lap on the shore. It's an ocean. Okay, let's go find him. Then we can take Saul back to the pub. Stop! This is Robin's moment. Doki doki, doki doki. My heart is racing. Oh no! It's Dr. Saul. He's fallen and won't get up. What? Are you kidding me? We just got here. We're coming for a reunion 22 years in the making. And this happens now? I'm a doctor. I'll handle this. Where's the patient? This is your time to shine, Chopper. We're all counting on you. He's over there. He just fell over and... Bam! Oh, you fool. Don't say that. The poor guy's sick. It'll be fine. Let me go on my own. You all stay here. Huh? But are you sure, Robin? Robin? I got all nervous for nothing. Oh, that's cool. Throwback indeed. Peek. How's that? Did I shock you? What a shocker. Robin. But you're not a kid anymore. Sorry, I wasn't sure how I should greet you. And you still have that silly laugh. Yep, still don't know how to laugh. Now let me get a good peek at you. Why, look at how lovely you are now. You remind me of Olivia. You're just like her. Huh? Like my mother? We cannot give up on the future of the world. You will understand someday. You got her gentle eyes, Robin. My heart is so full. Anyway, did you hear Vegapunk's message? I was there on the island, but I couldn't really make it out. I had to learn about it from the paper. Well, when he said, history is told by the winners, those words came from O'Hara. If they were left to be buried in history, they would have vanished without being heard. The scholars of O'Hara sent out their voices. And Vegapunk's a scientist. He doesn't even speak on good and evil. But he gave his life to pass those voices on. It's a huge step forward, made possible by O'Hara and Vegapunk's sacrifices. I'm sure it means big changes for the future. Yes, your sacrifice too. Does it hurt? Daddy, she. Bet you can't believe I made it. Huh? The next thing I knew, I was drowning in the sea. I guess the flames of the island melted the ice and dropped me in. I didn't find out you were still alive until a bit later. And the things they were saying about you. Oh, it made me so mad. Interesting. So this seems like it was more random that he survived as opposed to Aokiji saving him by undoing the frost. Headcanon, I think we all or most of us were thinking that Aokiji specifically thawed Saul, but this makes sense as to why he is not in a prison or the execution was not attempted a second time. So I like it. I just wasn't expecting this. So kudos to you, Oda. I don't want to talk about all the bad things. Instead, Saul, I want to hear nice things about how I survived. Dada-shi-shi-shi. Don't look at the left side yet. No kidding. A tiny child like you, on the run from the entire world? Bless you for being alive, Robin. 22 years. Bless you for surviving. Bless you for coming to see me. Why do I have to live anyway? Mother, Professor Saul, I just want to die. I want to die. I missed you so much, Saul. Daddy, she. I missed you too. All right. Not as emotional as I got for Kuma, but you can see my eyes are a little bit teary. Okay, so that's who the explorer was. Yeah, Reunion was absolutely incredible. I am fresh out of water though, and no, it's not just because my eyes are leaking. So I will be back. Give me like 3 minutes. I'll be right back, hopefully sooner. All right, so that was about 2 minutes. Thank you to the one viewer who stayed. I hope to see you again, the viewer that left. All right, let's get into the new chapter, 1134. I have seen this on Twitter, but my goodness, what a cool color page. Frankie's got like the upgrade of all upgrades to this robo suit. Is it considered a robo suit? I don't know, maybe not. Maybe that's just his body. He's been working out. Old Man Saul, a long time ago, you did a great favor to one of our youngins. Thank you kindly. Begging your pardon. Where and how did you learn that? Well met, good sir. This is Luffy. The Owl Library is the name of the chapter, by the way. Oh yeah, I know all about Luffy. He's famous. So you found him after all, huh, Robin? I did. Just as you said, I found them, Saul. I found the true friends who will stand up to protect me. We'll protect you for life. I mean, of course. All right, so Zoro and Jinbei, the two stoic gentlemen, are not crying. Everyone else, a blubbering mess. Listen, all you friends of Robin's, thank you for coming all this way to Elbaf. Sorry about the surprise and all. I rehearsed it over and over with my assistant, Ange. That is such an assistant name, Ange. Ange, get the phone. Years ago, I was in the Navy, so I know what a big deal the Four Emperors are. Thank you so much for keeping Robin safe. All I can say is, keep it up. You bet we will. Hey, Saul, It's me. You? Who's you? How are you flying? I'm Vegapunk. Huh? Is this what you wanted? Ah, yes, perfect. Oh, allow me. Vegapunk requested that we bring this all the way from Egghead. What's inside? This? Me. A Vegapunk clone? A perfect recreation, not like we satellites. This was the me who came here 20 years ago. Don't you think the government would have been suspicious if the Stella had left his lab for months at a time? Anyway, I stuck him out in a vat of biofluid, but I don't have the facility to safely extract him. That's why I intend to settle down here and build a new laboratory. Okay, first part of my live stream that I don't really like. Please don't like the video because I have some criticism for the god that is Oda. He is a master at what he excels at, and he has some faults. So unfortunately, with this particular revelation, the actual Vegapunk is still alive, or at least a clone of him. So like, death in this world is, I'm not gonna talk about it too much longer, but it's frustrating. Like, having Lilith alive was one thing as the re-embodiment or reincarnation of Dr. Egghead was fine. No, I know his name's Dr. Vegapunk, but it's just, can't you just let people die? Oda in present time, not just kill them in flashbacks? Whatever. I'll just keep going. Lilith, does that mean you'll be able... And this is the problem. Not a problem, because I want Kuma to be better, but like... And now Bonnie's asking, Lilith, does that mean you'll be able to make my daddy all better? Of course, Bonnie. Yay! If you're really Vegapunk, then I'm delighted to see you again after 20 long years, but I can't wrap my head around it. Why are you a woman? Oh, who cares? I can explain later. Mr. Saul, are you done now? Can we go play? Oh yeah, sorry about that. Thanks for your help, kids. Normally, this spring is a playground for children, so we had to ask them to stay quiet for Mr. Saul's little one-man act. You did all of that, and she saw right through it? Forgive the late introduction. I'm Mr. Saul's assistant, Ange. Alright, sorry to talk down to you like this. We run the best library and school in Elbaf here. I can show you around if you'd... Whoa, this place looks fun! They've already gone. This is where Warriors of Elbaf. That's the Walrus School, where the children of Elbaf learn. Saul founded it 20 years ago at the behest of the former king. Wow, that looks so neat. Woo! Aw, they're playing in the water. So it's basically a warrior training ground, huh? So long, Ange and Gerd. Show them wherever they want to go. I'm going to give Robin a tour of the library. Let's go, Chopper. I'm more curious about the library. Are all the books huge, too? I haven't been in a school in ages. Brooke. And I'll protect you, Nami. I'm curious about this island's giant tree. It's huge. Pipsqueak humans, catch them and take them prisoner. Yeah, it's a land of giants. Should I slash them? Don't even think about it. Yeah, I guess kids are meant to be brats. Bruh, Zoro, chill. Stop that. Don't chase the humans around. Sorry. And don't say Pipsqueak. They're such wimps. Are these brats really from the village of warriors? Hey, you're not supposed to call us brats. Wait, this is weirding me out. Listen, you can call us Pipsqueak humans. It's fine. Are you guys going to go out to sea one day and fight ruffians, aren't you? No, we're not. That's dangerous. What? Aren't you guys the next generation of Elbaf warriors? Don't call us guys. What? It's not in anymore. Oh, Usopp, you have stepped unknowingly onto a landmine. Whose voice was that? It was an adult. What do you mean it's not in anymore? You should probably move. You're gonna get yelled at. Hello, Ripley? You're standing on top of Miss Ripley. Whoa! We're on top of a giant? Sorry. It's fine, you're not heavy. Is this shocking to you? When the warriors of Elbaf were ransacking the world, that was 100 years ago. Insults, violence, pillaging, war. That's just not the world we live in anymore. What? I'm sorry, guys. I'm extremely distracted at the moment. Moving on. Welcome. I heard about you from Saul. You must be the Straw Hat crew. Oh, there they are. Sorry our brats are so damn annoying. Hey, your tone of voice. Miss Ripley, that's mean. I teach by negative example. I've never heard that before. The great King Harold once said, don't fight other countries, trade with them. Relevant. He got into many arguments with the village chiefs and their traditions. King Harold? He was a great king who tried to reform this country and was killed by his own son before his dreams could be realized. But the country refused to give his son the throne, and so Elbaf has no king now. King Usopp. Okay, history lesson over. Go and show them around the school, kids. Yes, Miss Ripley. Go on now. Why aren't you in your white-haired form, Captain? I was looking forward to that. Oh, that's my free form. There's a warrior who looks like that in Elbaf's mythology. Oh yeah? It made my heart race. We're the last generation of warriors here. Oh, so you've already heard most of the story. Basically, I fled for my life and managed to get here to Elbaf. But I couldn't help but worry about the books those scholars gave their lives to protect. So I asked Harjan's crew to take me back to Ohara. When I found all those tiny books clinging to life, I wept. Come on in, Robin, but watch out for that book. What the? It grew? Oh, is it kind of like a domain and like any regular books that they take in will upsize to giant size? She, ain't it something? All those books are now giant-sized. Every book you bring in here turns huge. Awesome. This is the wondrous Owl Library. In here, you'll find all the texts that Ohara protected 22 years ago. We searched all over the island to find every last one. You can check. They're all here. Oh, this is the world's best library. You like books? I can't believe I finally get to show this to you. She tears up. The underworld. Ah, yes, you're almost as bored as me. Am I bothering you? Nah, I could use a conversation partner. And I've got all the time in the world. Are you still traumatized by that experience you were telling me about? I am. Even now, the memory makes me tremble uncontrollably. Snow transponder snail, cold resistant speech recognition type. Hurts me to hear it too. I've never met you, nor seen you, but through some twist of fate, we've long been friends. If I were there in your place, I'd have razed it to the ground and killed them all instead. I wasn't hoping for that much. And that's why you're so weak, Shaggy. Listen, you don't want to let these fools get away. You put them down for good or they'll come back for vengeance. Why, thank you. What? I've realized recently that those fearsome words of yours hide your kindness. Don't make me sick. How dare you suggest such a thing? I'll not have you sassing me like this. Me? Kind? Never say that again. Please don't shout. Shut up. Just you wait till I get these chains off, Shaggy. Western Village, Elbaf, Hey, the feast hasn't started yet. We're just drinking as we wait. That's a little too much. Black lightning. Yeah. Oh man, here is the man and woman of the hour. Yes, I do know of his design. I think, know of her design loosely. But they were able to transmutate into the... I don't know, maybe like the castle, the abandoned castle of Elbaf. The throne room, probably. So here's the thing. Is Shamrock in cahoots with Loki? Is this someone completely else? Because he keeps calling him Shaggy, which is kind of similar to Shanks. Shamrock, Shaggy. I can see it. But normally the transponder snails take on the looks of whoever they are speaking for. And Shamrock does not look like that. He does not have that much facial hair. So it could be someone completely else. Yeah, young whippersnappers, we need to get you into shape. All right, hydration break. 1 sec. Alrighty. 11:35 Friends Cups. All right, volume 21. I'm different now, as she kicks him in the face. Good for her. Cool. The letters are so huge. I can't even read them like this. Biblow's the one who lords over this library. Woo! He's been around here for centuries, I hear. All we know is that owl up there will make any book that enters its territory grow to enormous size, probably a devil fruit. Biblow, Owl Library Chief Librarian. Because Elbaf ain't affiliated with the world government, we don't get news coups here. But you can read little newspapers the fishermen get while at sea. I suspect it's a growth owl that's eaten the grow fruit. It can cause any inorganic material to grow. The perfect power for the land of giants. So, does it take you back? Sure does. I wonder if they have medical books. They do, but most of it is archaeology and history. We got some medical books from here in Elbaf. Wow, I want to see them. But they were always big, so they can't shrink down. Aww. Yahoo! Yeah! Wow! Push harder! These kids are fighting for their lives. Woo! This is great. I love this giant swing. These children were terrified. I tried to stop him. Wow, Miss Gerd, they're scaring us. Hey, a warrior shouldn't be crying. It's pathetic. Stop it, Luffy. The children here are raised to be kind and well-meaning and pure. Aw, you poor things. Huh? Oh, you smug little brat. Is that just a universal trait? Grin. I'm really sad about this Usopp. I know how you feel, but we can't complain about Elbaf trying to live in peace. I found you, Straw Hat Luffy. Ah! Hey, what happened to being peaceful? I've got you now. Break. Huh? Gear 3. Gumu Gumu, Elephant Gun. Ah! Hey, take it easy, Luffy. What? I didn't even hit him. Even still. Eek! It's going down. Hee hee hee. At least someone's here's got some backbone. You're scaring us, Luffy. We hate violence. Violence. So yeah, that was awesome. I could totally tell you're an emperor of the sea. We hate you too, Colin. The wild child is here. You don't even go to school. Shut up, losers. I hate you sniveling weaklings too. Eek! He's so vicious. Vicious. There you go, causing trouble again, Colin. That was a really good swing, though. Oh, here, it's your favorite, Mom, from Mato. That's a mom, boy. Single dad. Or stepdad, the dad who showed up. I would. All right, continuing on, jokes aside. What? Mom? You mean Ripley? You're not teaching him the same lessons your school is. He should probably apologize about the sneak attack, though. My dad's a... Bruh, even opening up the door more. We got that grow fruit. My dad's a human, you know. Huh? Aw, lingonberries, how sweet. He used to be a pirate. He can even hold his own against Elbaf warriors. Your father's a human. He's a younger man, actually. He keeps sulking that he's the only one who ages, and that's why he won't marry me. So I've been his common law wife. Always been. Who does this guy think he is anyway? Ah, even the library is cool. The books are all huge. Luffy, I want to catch up with Saul, so I'll stop by the feast later. Daddy she. It'll be fine. Their feast all lasts 3 days and nights. I'll stay too. Okay, got it. Don't worry about me. I've got to go ask for permission to put down roots here. Me too. Ow. Listen up. Turns out this whole island is an atom tree. It's the ultimate tree whose wood I used to build the Sunny. Yeah, there are several atom trees in the world, but this one's by far the oldest. I'm gonna soak in the majesty of the jewel tree. Did we know that? Did we know that there were multiple atom trees? I don't think so. I think that's new information. Guys, I am a little bit rusty with One Piece. Obviously, it's been about 4 months since I last read a chapter, but I think that's new information. That's my point. All right, you guys, fine. We'll go back first. I'm about ready to starve by now. I have a request for everyone. What is it, Jerd? Yo! Why, thank you. Do I look like a warrior? You're killing it, Brooke. How about me? I definitely feel stronger. But how did you have all these clothes in our size? I have a hobby of making human clothes. That's all though, honestly, nothing else. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. I'm so happy you like them. These are lovely. Thank you, Gerd. These are surprisingly comfortable and easy to move around in. All right, Dad Jimbei. Unc. Dude, these are great fitting clothes, dude. All right, but now we have the full crew in Elbaf attire. I like it. Okay, see you guys in the village. We'll catch up later. Also, this double spread, amazing. Just want to say. Alrust Castle, Western Village, Elbaf. Ah, pipsqueak humans. How did we let you get in? We failed as guards. Are you in the Straw Hat crew? You must be if you're in this country. We are looking for the person named Loki. Loki, what do you want with a criminal like him? He That was not words. Sorry guys, I've been reading for like an hour straight. He killed King Harold, beloved by all the people of the realm. He's the scourge of Elbaf, and no one's in this castle. And where is he? Answer me. Can't tell you that, just in case you mean to free him. So you will not say? Nope, sorry. Da. Huh? Hey, what kind of joke is this? Crack. Wait, what did she do? I think that was her that did that. Hey, what's wrong? Ow, crook. Behave yourself, you insolent lout. Did you think I asked you a question? I gave you an order to answer me. Hey, what's happening? I still don't understand what's going on. I think it's probably your devil fruit, but Western Village, Elbaf. From the distant East Blue, we have come at last to this place. Hey, that's the Straw Hat crew. The land of the giants at last, the kingdom of the world's strongest warriors. We're glad to have you here. We've been awaiting you. These are the pipsqueak humans who understood and protected our warriors' pride. The ones who freed us from a prison of our own ignorance. Who saved my life when I was in danger of vanishing into nothing. Elbaf welcomes these little friends to our land. Woo! They might be small, but don't overlook them. Hee hee hee. On the sea, Straw Hat Luffy is a great pirate, one of the 4 emperors. Woo! He was front and center in the Great Wano incident, where that monster Kaido and Big Mom fell in battle. Rawr! Yeah, he's definitely setting us up for them both to come back. To the Straw Hats, we raise these friends' cups. Rah! Cheers! Crash! Oh, cha-cha-cha. I can hear them from here. Looks like the Straw Hats are back. What? You're the giant they had captured back in Sabaody? The very same. Stanson, at your service. When I heard from Harjin that he was under your lead, it felt like fate was at work. I will repay this debt to you. Thank you. A Stanson refresher. Abducted while napping, this old friend of Harjin's was nearly sold off at the human auction hall. Luckily for him, the Straw Hat crew wrecked the auction for an unrelated reason, and thus he escaped slavery. Okay, that was a great reminder because I did not remember this guy even with the flashback. So this I appreciate. We didn't need one for Harjin. Come on, he's part of the Grand Fleet. Okay, I see. Hey, I'm glad you made it out. Everyone having fun? Chief Jarl. It's Chief Jarl. Huh? Who's that? Oh, ja. I hear we've got some little guests. Look at this giant. He's like a walking hill. Chief Jarls come all the way to the village. Beard Hill Jarl, hero of the giants, oldest in the world, age 408. Hey, man! There's a sword stuck in your head. Oh, ja. Oh, this? Not to worry. The helmet saved my life. It's going all the way through. I love this guy already. Oh, shit. All right. Yeah, younger men, because giants typically live for hundreds of years. A la boja. You think this kid's got like Roger's pirate blood in him? Of the crew, Colin? I can see it. All right, let me get some more water. I'll be back in just a moment or two. Okie dokie. Let's get into the new chapter. Whoa! A mysterious base deep in Udon. Who's who? Ooh! I was not expecting that. I'm gonna be honest, this cover story's been kind of dragging on for a while, but to see this, I'm back in it. It's so good. This moose tastes like dinosaur. I'm surprised you got one. Moose is delicious, but the beasts are very fierce. Oh, that's my old man voice. I'm surprised you got one. Moose is delicious, but the beasts are very fierce. I'd risk any danger for the man who saved my life. Thanks a bunch, Hardin and Stanzen. He got his name right. Look at him. Growth. I'm just glad you like it. Alright, Cullen's running in the foreground, background? Foreground. It's not often that humans come up here to the Sun World. Usually they don't know how to get here, so they assume the underworld is Elbaf and end up fleeing. Really? But Oris was a vicious warrior whose story has been passed down throughout our history. That's right. He was 3 times the size of any of you. And the man who finished him off was me. Yeah, Captain Usopp. Your skin really is blue. Folks are even more colorful at Fishman Island, like all the fish in the sea. I hope to see a mermaid one day. They're beautiful, gentlemen. The mermaid inlet is like heaven on earth. Wow, but I feel like I'm ascending to heaven just being in the presence of so many giant angels. Aw, Sanji, you're so cute. I'm drowning in beautiful women. And what are you then? Me? Why, I've got the what am I blues. Yeah. A toast to the wonders of the vast world. Kind of surprised at how many giants haven't ever gone to sea, right? I thought all the giants on Elbaf were pirates. Bruh, Rodo. Ah! Zoop. Ochare Nami, Ochare Straw Hats, forgive me for my earlier indiscretion. I don't know why I gave him a Christopher Walken, but that's just like the vibe I got from his bloatedness. No forgiveness for you. Make sure you apologize. This is awakening something in me. Punish me, Gerd. There is a GIF that I use frequently. It is from the show Community. I highly recommend it if you have never seen it before. I hope this doesn't awaken anything in me. If you know, you know. Eh? Don't worry about it. Nobody died. But only because Usopp stopped us from fighting back. If not for that, your head would have left your shoulders. Ah, shiver. Ah! Yeah. Look at Rodo. Don't you know what their bounties are? You don't stand a chance against them. And the next time he tries something, you just go ahead and do that. My Gerd! This is so stimulating. Bruh. You don't understand. That was a dream. That's held by everyone born in Elbaf. We all wish to be the sun god and rule the world. Ooh, is like the sun god analogous to their king? Sun god. Don't be a fool. The sun god isn't a ruler. Yeah, he's a god of liberation. No, a god of destruction. Wrong. He's a god of laughter. They're brawling now. What's this about a god? Boom, 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 boom. Elbaf is home to an ancient religious text known as the Harley. Because it is so ancient, there are many interpretations of it. It continues to be passed down even though no one can translate it anymore. Hence the confusion. Insert Robin, the goat. According to the Harley, the world has twice been destroyed in the past, and in each case, the presence of Nika, the sun god, is closely tied to it. Nika? Is he the hero who appeared to save the world from disaster? The destroyer who lays waste to all. He appears when the world is about to undergo a great transformation. Therefore, the great and mighty of the day always fear Nika's arrival. Oh yeah, Nika. Bonnie was talking about that guy. Because he is the god of the sun, it is those without hope who seek him the most. Nika wears white clouds around him and appears with white hair, clothes, and jolly laughter. That must be why everyone said I remind them of him. But that has nothing to do with me. Come on, don't ruin all the fun, Straw Hat. Everyone born in Elbaf, Bro, I cannot get over Goldberg in the way that he talks. I doesn't Nika growing up. Though I won't defend whatever that moron Roto was doing. Even Loki and the late Herald, in a sense, are the result of attempting to be Nika, perhaps. You don't have to rationalize Loki's actions that way, Chief Jarl. Oh, Loki. Is Loki a good guy? Absolutely not. He's the accursed prince. Even before Loki's birth, King Harald prophesied that he would be killed by his own son. Shortly after he was born, he killed the royal family's lucky horse. Alright, so we're getting like the Valkyries, like a flying horse. That was the same year Linlin killed Chief Jarl, the legendary warrior. Wait, hold on. I was about to just keep reading, and this just punched me in the lore. Punch me in the lore? If I had like a secondary title for this stream, it would be that. Alright, let's go back. Even before Loki's birth, King Harald prophesied that he would be killed by his own son. Shortly after he was born, he killed the royal family's lucky horse. Okay, whenever I hear horse, I immediately think of the doctor from Blackbeard's crew. The weird, like, that got cut by law. So I wonder if that horse is a descendant of the lucky horse. We'll see. The same year, Linlin killed Chief Jarl, the legendary warrior. The country was beset by natural disasters, and the queen passed just a year after giving birth to Loki. He made the underworld his playground, using his innate strength to kill and control the vicious animals down there, then unleash them on villages. At just 10 years old. He's a trickster. Duh. he's got even like the Luffy Nika laugh, like the pose. Arson, devastation. Loki's many pranks threatened our lives. Between his status as a prince and his cruel personality, he made our lives hell whenever King Harald was away. And then, worst of all, Loki killed Harald, the greatest king in Elbaf history, right in his own castle up there. All right, pause for a second for me, just to kind of talk out some things that I'm thinking in my brain. Did he have to kill him? Is that maybe the only way that it would be passed down? Was his father unknowingly sick? Did he have to kill him so that the bloodline could continue? Because Harajin was off doing his exploration thing in the background. I am vastly more interested in Loki as a character after this exposition than I was previously, although his design is fuego. The king and Radiant King who tried to connect Elbaf with the other countries of the world that were so terrified of our warlike ways. Chief Jarl was there and tried to stop Loki. That's when he got stabbed in the head. This helmet saved my life. The helmet didn't do anything. It was about 6 years ago, I believe, that red hair caught Loki rampaging at sea for us. Shanks did that? Oh, I heard that Shanks is here. He was around a little while ago. I don't know where he went though. Zoro's kind of locking in. Outskirts of town. I thought it was weird how fidgety you were. This would explain it. That guy killed the king. The whole country hates him. Obviously, everything he told you was a lie. But he said he knows where Shanks is. Do you have any idea how much I want to see him? Yes, you talk about it all the time. It's a way for him to take advantage of you. You think Loki doesn't even know? I'm just basing it on his reputation. I didn't see the guy. I'll tell you everything I know, including where Red Hair is now. If he's lying, I'm not letting him go. I'll beat him up instead. I wondered why you were sneaking around. Have you guys ever gotten to your destination without me? Listen up, Luffy. I'll get the keys to his cuffs, but we're gonna decide if he's telling the truth or not. Got it. Thanks. So, why is he here, anyway? He's my servant now. It's an honor. Roto's never beating the allegations, let's just say. But I'm servant number 1, and Sanji is number 2. Got that? Diffufu. What a stimulating torture method. You zapped him? You know, I think we share a lot in common, both being navigators. Never try to close the distance between us again. No, of course not. I feel bad that we're taking the star of the show away. Hehehe. I brought some meat. Did you try any of this moose yet? They're all properly hammered now. They won't even remember what the feast was for. It's such a shame that the treasure in the castle will be disappearing. What do you think, Roto? My eyesight is poor. I doubt I would even be able to tell if it's gone. So that's why you're here, Nami. Huh? Cha-ching! Your eyes! Dogaga-ha-ha. So that's what this is about. The underworld. Dogaga-ha-ha-ha. Alright, I take your point, and in that case, I refuse. You think I'm gonna spend the one life I have stooping to the level of trash? Gee, thanks for the invitation to the most noble knighthood in the world. So, what are you then? Celestial dragons? Where's the intel from? The agents dispatched to Elbaf sent one last transmission that a giant crow had appeared. Nothing since then. We don't have any dirt on them. But now that I hear him for myself, he is supremely insolent. Holy Knight Gunko. He's got like the arrows like that guy from My Hero. We should simply erase him. Don't get ahead of yourself, Gunko. As the wolf approaches. Doga ha ha ha. Gobble him up, wolf. Hey, you breathed on me. What? Hey, wolf. Wolf! If we offered to spare its life, would you change your mind? You're offering me a deal? In that case, your fate is sealed, my friend. Die and be at peace. Yes, I'll always be sad, as well as angry, but a warrior doesn't quibble and whine about his way of death. Instead, I'll feed on this rage and use it to bring the world to ruin. Bruh, can we put the wolf down, please? Gunko, please? Bruh. I love how, like, Loki has such an ain't shit attitude. Like, he is mischievous, yes, but it also seems to me as if he has a sense of conviction, which those two paired together is such an interesting take on an adversary this late into a story like One Piece. I'm gonna go back in this chapter a little bit, though. I haven't done this yet. So it's almost like Nika is this world's correcting course factor. Nika seems to be a entity that is reoccurring or eternal and shows up when the world needed him most. So I don't even know if Nika has... I would have guessed Nika has the power to stop things. But it also seems like Nika waits until the fourth quarter to show up to do anything. I don't know what's going on with King Harold. Loki even has, again, his own sense of conviction about himself. He's not bowing down to Gunko or Shamrock. All right, let's get into the next chapter after I take a quick swig of water. Welcome, all those that are watching. We have 4 viewers in here. Thank you. That's the most I've had all stream so far. Inappropriate too, because, you know, we got Shamrock as the title of 1137. So introducing Shamrock. Infiltrate the sketchy hideout. Is this Captain Kuro? These guys look like they have the ears, and I'm pretty sure that I saw something on Twitter about Captain Kuro. If Captain Kuro's in Wano, like, Oda, what are you doing? You crazy mad scientist. In the 14 years since King Harold's death, no one has dared approach the castle. Or so I thought. But it's clear that someone has broken through the door, and there are no guards standing watch. So, is this a bad sign then? Intruders. But these doors were broken from the inside. We'll figure it out when we get in there. Keys, keys! This destruction looks fresh. Wait, please wait. This is frightening. Wow, this castle is huge. I can't even see the ceiling. It's way too big. I can't walk across this. Hey, Roto, where are the keys? I'm just a common man. I've never been inside the castle, but we're very lucky to have you with us. Really ultra rare Nami? I was just thinking the same thing. Onward! Onward, steed! Wow, this castle is in ruins, literally. So this is what it's like in here. I'm overcome with both wonder and fear. Is all of this destruction from intruders? Dun dun. No, King Harold passed after a vicious battle with Loki. What you see are the scars of that fight. That's some serious devastation. Loki is a monster, to be sure, but King Harold was also known as a great warrior on his own. Destruction was inevitable. Whoa, it's huge. Wait, what is this? It's horrifying. It's like a giant graveyard. Yes, naturally, there were many soldiers in the castle. Okay, well, you know how last chapter, when I said Loki, maybe not a bad guy? Well, 100 dead soldiers says otherwise. Loki slew over 100 stout warriors that day. The only survivors among the castle were Chief Jarl and Loki himself. It was such a shocking and bloody scene that it was agreed that the castle should be sealed and left untouched afterward. Or there was a blood sacrifice. Either or, I could still see Loki being a good guy and the chief was trying to do a blood sacrifice of the 100 strongest warriors, and Jarl's got his mind all messed up because he got a sword in it. Perhaps it is now haunted by vengeful spirits. Check it out, you guys. Look how big this skull is. It's even got horns. The largest bones belong to the warriors with the blood of ancient giants. There are no longer any purebloods, but some still have traces of it in their history. Is it like ours? In fact, King Harold himself was very large and mighty. Ah, just look up. I haven't seen that visage in years. That is a portrait of King Harold, the man who loved peace and attempted to bridge the gap between Elbaf and the rest of the world. The greatest king in the history of Elbaf, they say. He looks strong. The scarring on his head is where he ripped out his horns, the mark of his ancient giant blood. To him, ancient giants were a reminder of our era of war. He had horns? That takes serious guts, says Zorro. I agree. His Majesty's death was a shock to all, but it was the hardest upon the other son of King Harold, Harley, who had the most cause to hate Loki for his action. What? Really? He and Loki are brothers? Yes, but from different mothers. Harley was born to another woman prior to King Harold's marriage to the queen. You see, Elbaf did not allow for Harley's mother to be queen. How come? She was from a different giant nation. Why does that matter? You're all giants. We're all giants. Do humans not wage war over land and resources as well? Oh, yeah. Rawr! Dun, 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 dun. Giants from other areas will tarnish the blood of Elbaf. You have some really bigoted views about other giants and humans. Oh, but you're different? Don't suck up to me, scum. Aw. Okay, a quick little aside. There is a well-known meme. I don't like this meme, and yes, it is because I'm a Zorro fanboy in some regard, but it keeps saying like Zorro's racist. He seems very nuanced in his take here. You're all giants. Like, what does it matter if you look different? And yes, there might be some subtle discrimination of Zorro to fish people in general, or also the black people, literally black people. I don't know. It's uncomfortable to talk about because, like, of all the things in this show to have a racist on the crew like Zorro, I don't think it's meant by anything. You could even swing it a different way. You could say that the reason why Zorro always fights the people with darker skin colors is because they're stronger. You could take it either way. So, eyes of the beholder. Let's keep going. So if Harjan's blood is tarnished, why do you ride with his crew? Because Roto the nerd, what a creep. Yeah. Wow, this is amazing. You could draw sea charts? Show me how to do it. You want to be my friend? Huh? Friend? Unlike me, he is a truly honest and straightforward man. Despite being unable to live in the castle with his father, and seeing the way his mother was tormented, he withstood all of that pain and said, I want to unify all of giant kind. I'm the man who'll be king of the giants. And I know you can do it, Harajin. King of the giants. Ah, he's dying. I'm sorry. If there is one person on our crew that will be killed, it's setting up for Harajin to die. Either by Loki's hand or possibly by Shamrock. That'd be crazy. I want to help his dream come true. So you can be reasonable after all. Kind of boring. Hey, come check it out. Some giants are knocked out over here. Underworld Elbaf. Is it sinking yet? Is it sinking in yet? Wheeze. I told you already, I can't move. It doesn't change our question. A member of the common rabble, receiving a chance to join the rank of gods is a miracle one can only dream of, and we are offering you that miracle now. Bruh, what is she doing? Is that the remains of the wolf beneath her boots? Damn it, not again. So your foot's going to accelerate my kick to my right cheek. Huff. And after I've turned the other way, you'll give me an uppercut with that fist of yours. Thanks for the heads up. Those arrows are the confirmed path of my very future, a declaration of unavoidable violence. But it is possible for me to change course. So, I ask you again, Loki, will you join the Holy Knights? Hell no, moron! Oh, you got two-pieced. And also, I love the distance-wise. Yes, he is a giant. Yes, he is humongous. But the bottom of page 12 for chapter 1137, you could tell from the long distance that this is a wind-up kick across the face, followed immediately by an uppercut to the bottom of his jaw. God! Slump. Urgh. She's got arrows in these guys like stakes in a, again, like, not to get too graphic, but like the stakes of a crucifixion. Hawk, huff, huff, wheeze, cough, wheeze, wheeze. Damn it, you'll regret this. Stop, enough already. Then you will join. Yeah. Ah! Alright, he's literally not fighting back. Huff, huff. That's enough, Gunko. Let's change tactics. Contact Mary Joie. I'm sick of all these useless people. I'd hoped we could have settled this much more cleanly. Indeed, it seems he'd rather die than join us. Is this some religious thing? Alright, so the commander of the Holy Knights, Figureland, Shamrock, son, and brother to Shanks. At least maybe half brother, but at least brother. Gunko, the arrow woman, the arrow devil fruit. The vicious warriors of Elbaf who conquered the New World long, long ago will be brought under the command of the world government once and for all. Oh no, protect the children. Do not allow them to be indoctrinated by this pretty boy that is Shamrock. All right, you guys have commented a lot. Sorry. Welcome, Rafts. Again, welcome, Monte. But you already knew that because I'm talking to you this whole stream. Oh yeah, like Loki is sitting on business. I'm not gonna say standing on business because he's not standing. Why did they decide now to go after the Giants all this time? It seems like the Holy Knights should have made a move long ago if they wanted to do this, especially when the Giants, they had 100 of their soldiers taken out by Loki. If that knowledge was publicly aware, or even through their network of spies, which I'm sure is vast, they should have infiltrated, if this was the plan, much sooner. And I also love in this profile shot at the end, double spread, that it emphasizes this is not Shanks. So I'm curious if Shamrock is going to interact with Luffy or not, since they are on the same island. Yes, it is a vast island. Again, I keep using that word. It's appropriate given how big Elbaf is. But... And given the pose, this is likely the same figure that we saw way back, I think at the beginning of Egghead arc, that was holding the saber like Shamrock is holding the saber here. So, let me take another quick swig of water, and then I will get into the much-awaited 1138. If you guys can like the stream, if you're enjoying so far, and then I will have a conversation with Vontae if he wants to hop on mic thereafter. So one sec. Okay, finally going to be caught up with this wonderful series after this chapter. An appropriate crazy cover story, not Kuro, but appropriate chapter title, The Harley. It was Who's Who all along? Alright, like, how did he... You know what? We're gonna move past it. This guy's trying to build his own Wano in Wano. Like, boy, bye. Huff, huff. For as much as you look like him, huff, huff, you gotta be related to that red-haired pirate. ... Hold your tongue. That's nothing you need to know. True, it ain't my business, huff. But a great pirate and a celestial dragon stand on opposing sides of world power, huff. The fact that you have the same face is bound to draw curiosity. That pirate is my estranged younger twin brother. He returned to the Holy Land once, but he seems to prefer the filth of the lower world. Returned? Huff. I see. Then your bloodline has earned my ire twice over. How fascinating that two separated brothers should each be targets of my wrath. Huff. You'll rue this day, huff, once I get these chains off. Why is... Oh, okay, because Shanks stopped him previously. Capture him. Got it. Sorry. I was like, what is he talking about? Like, what beef does he have with Shanks? No, there's reason for him to have beef. You know what'll happen, don't you? Huff. I watched my friend's fate decided before my eyes, and now I bear the cost of it. You dream of threatening me? Commander, don't let him. Indeed. It's not worth dirtying my own hands. So you do it. Cerebus. Growl. Is he reanimating the corpse of the wolf? Cerebus. Huh? What is that? Huff? Yep. A blade as a tongue? It's my sword. Ooh. Oh, and it's got the black, I don't know, the godly cloud behind it. Whoa, that's creepy. What's wrong with them? Is the collar spinning? Glare. Huh? Extinguish your presence, Commander. We need to move. Scramble. Is this the Straw Hats coming back? Oof. Return. She made an arrow bird? Hop. If you should survive, come and kill me. I'll be ready for you. Wait a damn second. You have to be joking. Oof. You don't mean it. Even I can't handle getting run through by those. Curse you, celestial dragon. Damn you all to hell. Oh, he got impaled. Pacifying them all at once will be too hard. We need to get to the warrior's children first. Call one more. Very well. Which one? Bruh. I knew that they were going to go after these impressionable children. Aurist Castle, Elbaf. I know what I saw. It was red hair. Liar! Shanks wouldn't beat you guys up without a good reason. But it's true. I'd recognize him anywhere. Red hair has been to Elbaf many times. Yeah, I guess you would. Shanks is really cool. This guy must have just looked like him. We were shocked to see him. We thought, what's he doing inside the castle? Red hair was just in Elbaf, right? So it's not out of the question that he would still be in the area. But if what you're saying is true, that wasn't Shanks. Shanks is a cheerful guy who isn't full of himself, and he never does anything messed up like that. You trust him so much. Of course I do. Look, Nami, wouldn't you be mad if someone said stuff about that Molly Mare? You mean Bella Mare? Molly Mare. At least he tried. He tried to remember. So I guess they were two identical people? Maybe they're brothers. Shanks' his brother. I guess that could be true. But I've never heard him talk about his family. Just that he was on a pirate ship ever since he was little. Oh? That's the guy. Is that Shiki? Oh, is that Shiki? I'm excited. I'll keep going. I thought Roger and Rayleigh and those guys were his family, the Roger Pirates, aside from Buggy. Team Frankie, Jewel, Tree, Adam, Tour. Here, there, everywhere. It's all Adam. I guess this wood's not that rare after all. Is it really that valuable across the sea? Maybe I should go into business and start selling it. You're the one who should be stopping it, Ripley. Saul already scolded me once. This is a holy tree. Don't you go cutting pieces off it loose now. Good impression. Anyway, if you have to cut the wood and haul it off without any giants noticing, I guess that explained the price. Thud. What's that? It's a mural. Okay, guys, I have seen, just through my squinted eyes, because I was trying not to see it, the mural on Twitter. So, let's get into it. They're children's drawings from the ancient past, carved into the fossilized tree bark. It's a cultural relic due to its historical value. Really? Kid scribbles? They're estimated to have drawn between 800 and 900 years ago, the Void Century, which, if correct, puts them right within the period of the Void Century. What? We gotta show this to Robin. I'll tell her about it later. I gotta say, for a drawing from Elbaf, they don't look all like giants to me. That's right. In the history we're familiar with, there were sometimes war between races, but never cultural exchanges. Maybe this simply means this was nothing more than a child's dream. The Walrus School. Yay! Eek! Listen up, children. We're in the middle of a lesson. Yeah! The Owl Library. So, this is the Harley. Sure is. Wow, it's huge and old, black and dusty. All of the various myths and legends of Elbaf were created based on this original text, since there are many interpretations of it. Cough, cough. And it means the sun god of all the Elbaf, the sun god of all the warriors of Elbaf believe in having a different personality depending on who tells the story. Ain't that funny? May I read it? Yeah, of course. Derishishishi. The story's split up into 3 chapters. Oh, please give me 3 straight lore dump chapters, Oda. I need it this next month or however long you're going to be going without a break, because I think this is the 4th one in a row, if I'm not mistaken. The story's split up into 3 chapters. They say the 3rd chapter describes the world we live in today. It's about something that's going to happen in the future. In fact, the legends of Nika are seeded all throughout the world. The one common feature is that he always shows up laughing to this rhythm. Dum da dum, dum da dum dum. Ha ha ha. Hee hee. Shall I read it now? The first world. Within the earth there was fire, mankind. Oh, okay. The first world. Within the earth there was fire. Mankind succumbed to greed and touched the forbidden sun. The enslaved prayed, and the sun god appeared. The earth god raged, and with its serpent of hellfire, shrouded the world in death and darkness, and they will never meet. The second world. Within the void there was breath. The forest god tamed demons, and the sun spread the fires of war. Those of the half moon dreamed. Those of the moon dreamed. Man killed the sun and became god, and the sea gods stormed, and they will never meet. The third world. Within chaos there was emptiness. The inconvenient remnants recall the promised day and hear the voice of the half moon. The sun god dances and laughs, guiding the world to its end. The sun returns and brings a new morning, and they will surely meet. Wow. Okay, so there's a lot to take in. Bear with me. So in traditional Norse mythology, there is the snake that is eating itself. That could be the sun god that spits fire because it looks serpent-like. That is definitely the tree of Elbaf. Now, some of the humans look like they are indeed from a technological society, which, if we remember from one of the color stories, that Eneru, when he went to the moon, there was a lot of... I haven't read it in a while, and I don't even think I read all of it, unfortunately. But it was so technologically advanced in terms of the arc that brought down from the heavens. So it's interesting. Eneru, as far as I know, is still on the moon. Hopefully he'll bring that arc down. There is the lightning coming down, so question mark, Eneru returns soon. Okay, so now we're going to go to the forest god, the half moon. So that could be a deal with the devil, so to speak. We have a pirate age. You see a lot of these Viking relics. And then finally, the final chaos, or the sea god. I'm guessing that's Emu. So Emu is probably one of the only remaining gods. The sun god being Nika / Luffy. So much. But let me get my boy Avante in here. Welcome, good sir. Good gravy. What a chapter.
Yo. What's up?
That was crazy.
Yes. And the more that you look at the mural, the more things you will notice too.
Oh, I'm sure. That's just like the initial 5 seconds that I looked at it.
Shit's crazy. A lot of theories, a lot of different interpretations, just like the Harley text, how they were talking about that, how there's either sun god Nika who brings laughter, or they said both sides, he brings laughter, but either he saves the world or destroys the world. That's an interpretation. And then this whole mural in general is it's crazy. I sent you a colored art that somebody did of it. It looks on Discord. It looks nice. It's really good.
I did see one on Twitter. It was phenomenal. It was like golden, like a
light.
It's
probably that one. Yeah.
Oh, look at this.
Yeah.
And even the way that it lights up, incredible. Yeah, that is a hell of a coloring. I think I saw one that was slightly different, but yeah, this one is amazing.
Let's see some more things. There's a lot. It's a lot.
I'm sure.
Let's see. Okay, here's this from Skypea.
Yep, I do remember that.
And just some funny memes.
So are they thinking that correct? It's been so long, and I sound like a fraud saying this. So guys, just please don't, throw me under the bus too hard. But wasn't the serpent the god of the land, or the god of the forest? Which one was the
serpent? Is supposed to be the god of fire.
Is it the god of fire? Okay.
Oh, no. Yeah, the god of hellfire.
It's like your lore has this, and our lore has the Illuminati, biblical struggle between good and evil.
That's what this felt like. It felt very biblical. There's also some theories. The fact that Frankie is looking at this, he's only looking at this, and his connection with Pluton.
Okay.
Right. He has the blueprints, and they were thinking that Frankie obviously is going to build that ship, or I don't know, do some kind of work with his own body.
We have the technology.
Also, a lot of people are saying that the giant next to Nika, whichever Nika in this depiction, is Loki, or an ancient giant that now Loki's the, successor of that. Because a lot of people, when they looked at the mural, it was kind of weird because people looked at it as the first world, the second world, and then the current day world. And then some people looked at it as the first and second only, and we don't see the third yet. But it's just a lot of different interpretations, a lot. I don't think nobody got a great idea for everything just yet at all.
No, a thought I had while I was reading that glorious text was there was some sort of prophecy from someone who might have been clairvoyant. Now, this is going kind of off the deep end with, aluminum foil and my hat instead of the beanie. But with Toki's devil fruit being the time devil fruit, there is a sect of people, myself included. I think it's interesting. It'd be tricky to pull off because time travel is crazy. But they're saying that the fruit can go in both directions. It not only jumps forward, but it does have the possibility of going back. Or, if we even take it to a further extreme, to where there is a kind of like an analogy that I've heard before of, why does your computer work when it's froze and you reset it? So the reason why it works once you reset it is because you get lost in a maze of traveling, and then turning it off or resetting it takes it back to the last point that it remembered. So I use that analogy for if at the end of maybe the fruit only works forward, if you get to the end of the world, then you can go back to the very beginning before maybe the fruit first came into existence. And then you can leave these fables with giant's children. And then that will then, ergo pass, like Attack on Titan, allow you to have the necessary knowledge to hopefully prevent the end of the world. If Toki is like this time-traveling prophet all these years, and it took up until this moment with Wano being freed for the world to be saved, because Wano's been its own thing for hundreds of years. And I'm also looking at this mural, especially the left-hand side, how there is one set of soldiers who are facing the opposite direction, ergo the Holy Knights. Imu, if that's kind of like the silhouetted gray. Obviously, we have Nika. If you want to talk about the fishmen, you have the fish there, the giants, the rowboat that kind of looks like
Emmett.
We have
Shirahoshi or
Shirahoshi as the mermaid queen.
Tontara.
Let's see. Oh, is that the little people?
Yeah.
It even kind of looks like a T on their shield or whatever. So yeah, that's probably the Tontara. There's Kunai. Yep, that's obviously Wano. The sun people. And then, I don't know, just various humans. But and like for this to be, one thing I want to commend Oda on this double spread specifically, he explained that it's done as children. This is a children's drawing.
Yep.
But there is so much in terms of an implication of what this means. I even mentioned Inaru earlier. So if we look at like the middle to right section, it looks like he's coming down on that flying wooden arc that he created. It looks like lightning specifically is coming down.
Also, is that supposed to be Zunisha?
Where?
Where Emu is on the right, like underneath. You see how like there's a ship inside of that on the right of Frankie? There's like a ship inside of that thing, and it kind of looks like a trunk going up by the tree a little bit on the right side.
I see it.
Well, I know that's the Noah's Ark inside there because the two people, two animal thing beneath the ship.
Yep. And that's a king on Zunisha's snout, if that is Zunisha.
I think that's the Emu.
You don't think Emu's that crazy thing on the left?
I think it's probably both because the
you
story
think
is
there's
coming
two
from
Emus?
the first. I think that's when Emu, I guess, transcended and then became that. So like the story's going from the first chapter or the first world all the way to the second or third. I'm still not sure if this is showing all three worlds or is it just the first and second. Because Luffy is not the Joy Boy or the other Nika in terms of the sword and the shield. Like we know that. It really, yeah, exactly, yeah, yes, brass with the.
I mean, I can see either one being.
Yeah, it could be anything. I seen somebody say that. What if that was the giant that's by Luffy or Nika? That was just Loki drawing himself on the mirror.
Really?
Years later, like, you know, I'm gonna draw myself. It's me.
Who is Scopper? Is that
Scopper Gabon. It's like Roger.
Oh, Gabon. Okay.
Left hand, I guess, whatever.
He kind of reminds me of Beck a little bit with the hairstyle.
Yeah.
So we still don't know the man marked by flames, right?
No. A lot of people do think it's him. I think that he's the kid's dad, the Cologne's dad.
Yeah.
Just because, like, I don't know, I just feel like, why would you say, oh, he's a great pirate, oh, he's a young man, even though he's like old? I'm like, okay, so somebody old that we probably know of loosely. But who knows? Oda, he's introducing new characters, all like Shamrock, Loki, Gunko, and they are very pivotal to the story. It's bold to introduce characters like that, but obviously he had these characters in mind for a long time. Yeah, right. See, I like them big girls, man. Some people talked about that ship that's above what I said looks like Emu in the middle. That could be Enel in the ship that he has.
That's what I said.
Yeah,
it looks like a flying arc of sorts.
And then the three figures. So what do you think about these three monsters? The one at the top, one on the right, and one on the far left. Far left, obviously Emu specifically, but the top and the right, what do you think?
They remind me of the demon forms that we saw from the Gorosei. In terms of they're kind of rounded but still intimidating.
Also, are they fighting? It looks like they're both breathing fire at each other.
Yeah, but didn't they say that, like, they will never meet?
Mm-hmm. Whatever that means. That's another thing people were like, who are they talking about specifically? And all translations been different too, like from this Viz official translation, from OPCNs, from TCB, like even what's his name? O'Hara on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Even he translated. I didn't get to it just yet, but it was like a different. I'm like, I don't know, man. Odo with this biblical ass.
And like the half moon versus the moon, I don't really understand that either. That
I guess people of the deep.
Ooh,
full
half
moon,
moon?
I don't know what that would mean. Like the Celestial Dragons is full, I guess.
I mean, if you just write out the analogy or write out the initial CD and you put them together, it's a full moon.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas, just the letter D is half moon.
That's a man.
I would actually really like that. If that were like what D stands for in this series, half moon, I don't think anyone would have ever, like, Luffy Half Moon Monkey. That's actually a fire name. Not gonna lie.
Sun spread the fires. So
okay, they also showed the same guy that was like, "Hey, come to Wano, Straw Hats." Are we both thinking that's Shiki?
So that was my initial thought, just because of what I've been seeing for a while now of his design, or like, you know. And then I was thinking Scott or Gabon. It's either those two, I feel like. But Raph was saying earlier that he might be the man marked by flame, he might be the dad of the kid, and he might be Scoffer. I'm like, yeah, he could be. But I don't know. Order is a little different. It could be just different people all around. But okay, here's a thought. So
Pluton.
from that
Okay.
screenshot that I sent of the from Skypea, where they said the god of the sun, you know, that god of the forest, we just seen that, the god of land. What is the god of land and the god of rain? I feel like those two would have to be a thing, even though they weren't really mentioned at all here. Is dragon the god of rain? Oh.
Oh, actually, I did see something that was pretty interesting. I think it was those X's that you see on the serpent.
Oh,
if you look at the tattoos on his face, could be similar. It is kind of similar, not a whole bunch, but
might have the same like, yeah, it might have a connection with that though. I want to be Yorkie. That's interesting. Who theorized that that's Yorkie? The guy with the hat. They're saying that well, Raph said that somebody theorized that was Brooks' captain. But why? He never had that get up at all. But it is that guy from that cover page for sure, like 100%.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to catch up on the chat, Raps.
Oh yeah, you good.
Just 1 sec.
And we have no break next week. What the hell?
So is he 5 for 5?
Yeah. What kind of monster?
That's actually crazy.
Matter of fact, let me double check just in case.
I mean, I could just go to Viz and it'll say,
yeah, that's what I'm gonna check.
Chapter coming in 7 days or whatever. Yep, no break.
Wow. So I wonder. Let's see. Also, I guess Loki, he will align with us in his final war.
Okay, so let's start a dialogue. For Loki, what do you take that like origin story? Do you take it at face value? Do you take it with a grain of salt? Do you not believe it at all?
So the main thing that really got me was the fact that they said he was essentially cursed when he was born. That's one thing. Second thing, his dad had a prophecy that he was going to kill him.
So if I'm going to die anyway, okay, well, it's got to mean something.
What's the word? Not necessarily blame Loki, but like there's something there where it's like not necessarily his fault. It was kind of just fate.
A child's destiny.
And then he killed the fucking family's lucky horse when he was born. Like what? Huh? Like,
how does that relate to anything?
That's his fate. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Like, maybe, I mean, it could be fate and he's just genuinely like that at the same time. I mean, it could be all in the same, but at the same time, I think that it's not necessarily his fault. And the way that the other Elbaf warriors talk about him is like, it's so one-sided to the point where I think I kind of have to keep it at face value. Because it's like overly one-sided. Like, they're pretty peaceful people, but whenever they talk about him, they like, man, fuck that dude. Like, nope, let's keep his ass locked up. Like, I understand that what he did, he went on rampages numerous times and whatnot, but I mean,
dude, his dad is savage. Ripping off the horns from your head.
That was crazy.
It's like ripping off your ears or like taking off a few fingers.
That's even crazier than that. That's like That's like if someone were to tear off your skin or something because they hate their race. Like that's kind of crazy. Your horns, that's like a special, unique trait, physical trait on your body, and you're the king too at that. So that's kind of like that's why Zoro even said like, "Damn, what kind of?" You got Zoro saying that like, "What? That's crazy. It takes guts."
What do we think the race of people are above Emmett?
Let's see.
Do we think that is the race of people on the back of Zunisha?
Wait, what? Where? Above on the fish?
above Emmett, to the right of the fish, or the right of the whale.
Oh, I think it's a mink.
Mink? Okay.
Or a mythical zone. So like a Yamato. Like so back then there was a Yamato. So what I think this whole depiction is like the past, but it also can relate to the future. Like there's gonna be the same roles of people. Like that ancient giant is by Luffy is going to be Loki this time. That mink or Zoan is either Yamato or some other mink of today. Lunarian on the left of the whale, which could be King, maybe.
I mean, technically speaking, this could be a reoccurring cycle.
Yeah.
And they keep saying that like Nika only shows up at certain points in history.
Yeah.
So this could be again like a biblical clash that has been ongoing since the beginning of time, essentially.
Can I just say, I love that there's a distinction that there's there's three different Nikas. I like that there's the OG, there's the Joy Boy, and then there's Luffy. I like that. Oh, okay. So this was so there's a character that people were just jokingly slandering and memeing up recently. It was Roger. People were basically saying like,
in what way?
Basically, they were just saying shit like, joking about him, like knowing. It seems like obviously he knows everything just about, but either the whole thing, oh, I was too late, or did he choose to not do it? He said, man, fuck this. I'm not getting. Nope, not me. Let it to the next. Because Roger is that guy, but he's like, I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be that guy.
I just want to.
It's hilarious though, but
further my lineage, and I'm gonna dip out. I'm gonna sow my oats, and that's it. You won't see me ever again.
Really, dog? Was like, come on, man. Like,
bruh. Okay, so let's.
I had a problem with that originally.
I have even more of a problem with that now. If this is the type of conflict, if we're talking like biblical scale, if we're talking like extermination of a planet's life species, if we're talking eternal enslavement by the victor, like Emu, the stakes could not be higher. And for you to just sit on your ass and drink shots of whiskey until you fall asleep at your wife's bar, bruh, like, what are you doing?
Like, it's crazy because I remember I was talking to Sherm back when I was reading that chapter 2 when he was just saying, yeah, I'm gonna let the new generation figure it out. I'm like, I was actually, I don't know if you watched my reaction, but I was actually not rocking with that. At
the time, I was okay with it. I was perfectly fine.
I'm like,
I know, like, now, this is where we're at.
I'm not even saying he has to do anything. Just like tell people.
Like, you should be on your P's and Q's. That's all I need to hear.
That's crazy. Like, I don't think, like, people might say, oh, he's out, you know, he's retired, this and that. But no, you can tell people. Like, I mean, okay, it would be different if he just, like, knew everything of the future and he knows everything that would be okay, like, everything is fine. That's one thing. But, like, if it's not necessarily certain and that's just one outcome that can come out is either we win or we lose, but he doesn't know which way, then that's like, okay, why wouldn't you do anything to help? Whether it's Luffy, the guy that you train, whether it's anybody that lives around where you live, at least coat people's ship to make sure they're safe, something like that, right? Which I think he probably would end up doing, but because I'm sure the sea level's going to rise more again. There's going to be another big flood. And
I just don't understand.
Go ahead.
I don't understand his reasoning. Like,
Nah, I don't
if you feel powerless, at least give hope or give the knowledge to someone else to do whatever they see fit. Why are you saying leave it up to the next generation if this is the battle? You'd think people would need to know what they're getting themselves into rather than just
at least
accepting being blind going into this fight. His
pretty crazy.
Reasoning doesn't make sense to me.
Like, imagine if you learn some like actual true world history of like something like, and you just don't tell no one, not even just like family, friends.
Oh,
like,
we'll let you figure it out. We left some breadcrumbs.
Like, what?
What are you talking about?
And we ain't no really, but in his world, he has so much influence, regardless if he's retired or not. Like, people know Rayleigh. That's Dark King Silver Rayleigh. It's the right hand of the Pirate King. It's like, you out of anybody in the world, in terms of a pirate, if you're not like, aside from a Yonko, you're like the most notable person that people would listen to because you were on the Pirate King.
Second hand to the king.
Like, what?
Your nickname is also a king. Like, everyone's a god, everyone's a king.
No, you know, something else was funny. People were saying, like, damn, we had all this help and we lost to Emu 2 times already. He was soloing, huh? Like seriously, he kind of was. All he had is, like, his celestial dragons. Yeah, I guess the other kingdoms. But, like, I mean,
I think I've mentioned this before on a previous stream, but
just...
for those of you who are watching, or just as a reminder, Devontae, I have a sneaking suspicion that celestial dragons have some inherent, maybe genetic advantage over other people.
Probably.
So whether that means hockey, whether that means affinity for devil fruits, if you could have more than one devil fruit, there's just, again...
Oh! Also, where's Blackbeard here? Or a Blackbeard figure here? There's no... That's interesting to me. That's very interesting to me. Because this is about the past, the present, and the future, essentially. So, like, you have all the different races of people here, different roles, and he's like, there's no... So, that makes me think about Rocks, too. Like... What did he know? Why was he during God Valley? Why was he there? Aside from, I mean, they said that they were trying to get devil fruits and whatnot, and then him and the Roger Pirates started to clash, and then Garp helped the Roger Pirates. But was he trying to build like a crazy ass team to go against the world government? Because he had, you know, Whitebeard, Big Mom, Kaido, Shiki, and a whole bunch of other legendary pirates. So, like, what does he know? And his Blackbeard, obviously, like we've been all kind of theorizing, he like the second coming of Rocks, essentially. So, and once again, what does Garp know? You could just ask so many different questions about all these different people. And
fucking Garp. Oh my.
It's ridiculous.
So, I know we've discussed this previously, but where or on what side do you think Blackbeard comes out on? Do you think at the end of the day he's going to be on our side, or is he going to be on Emu's side?
It's the Sasuke Naruto thing. I genuinely think he's going to be the one who kills Emu or takes his power. Like, that's 100% wrong.
Okay, well, that's an even worse demon than Emu, who's 2-0 right now.
Right.
If we have to go up against Blackbeard with Emu's devil fruit, with his devil fruit, and Whitebeard's devil fruit, GG's, the end of the cycle, we lose.
Here's another thing.
There's no defeating him at that point.
Remember what Von Augur and Katarina Devon said. He wants the world. That's his goal. So what is standing in his way? And what is also standing in Emu's way? Remember, his poster is also in that room that Emu wanted to. It was Emu. It was Blackbeard, Luffy, Shirahoshi,
Vivi.
You know, those four. So that's Oda's cooking. Like he's giving, I feel like he's giving people most things of what they want now, even though he should have been doing certain things before. I'm not gonna get into the long arc we just left not too long ago. But aside from that, I'm very much invested like how I was pre-time skip.
Rafts mentions he wonders if Shanks went to the Holy Land. Kind of hopes it was him during the Reverie. Honestly, I think that was Oda setting up the possibility for a twin, but I do think it was actually Shanks.
Yes.
I don't think that was Shamrock. Even though they were both hooded figures, I think at that... So, when he wants to talk about a certain pirate, who do you think he was talking about? Do you think he was talking about Luffy?
The obvious answer is Blackbeard. It could be Luffy, but I don't know what, like, in what ways.
Why would he need to talk to them about Luffy?
Yeah, and also the other thing is that the way that they were, I forgot, but people were bringing up the way that they were responding and talking to Shanks made it seem like it was Shanks instead of Shamrock. Like they didn't think that they would talk to Shamrock in that way. Even though, I mean, who knows? Because it seemed like they weren't really happy.
They wouldn't be like disrespectful to him, like, oh, because it's you. Well, like that could mean either one, but they just seemed like they didn't want to see him. If it was Shamrock, they'd be able to see him all the time. Like, why would they look at him like that?
And so
I think that was brilliant by Oda. I think he foreshadowed Shamrock, but also kept that as Shanks in the moment.
True, Raps. They did recently learn about Luffy, so it might. So Shanks might have been talking about Blackbeard. I'd assume so, given that, like, because the thing with Shanks, obviously he went back home for the first time after Roger died. Maybe just to, figure out about his family and stuff. And he realized, oh yeah, hell no, nope, I'm not doing this. Also, going back to our Mihawk, Holy Knight, God's Knight, 100%. Like,
absolutely.
I think, at this point,
he was rivals 100%. With Shanks.
Yeah, and probably Shamrock.
Okay, I'm gonna just throw this out there, and I hate this because not Shamrock. I'm getting ahead of myself. Mihawk is my boy. Do you think he's an op?
That's interesting.
Do you think he is a spy for the world government on Shamrock's brother?
Nah, I kind of take Mihawk as like, I do think he's a celestial dragon from another family.
Do you think he defected from the Holy Land, Holy Knights?
I think so, and they kind of.
Or do you think he's a currently enlisted member?
Oh, that's a tough one.
I know.
If he is a member, I don't know. I think he was a member. At least I for sure think he was at one point. Whether he is now defected. Or not.
Yeah.
But everything about him is holy. He has a fucking cross. I mean, he's the world's greatest swordsman. And he's so comfortable out here on the seas. He can do whatever he wants compared to any other person. He's not quite a pirate. He's not a pirate. He's not. I don't know. Man.
He does what he wants.
Yeah. And I think.
Or does he? I'm just kidding.
Or does. And I think he's from a family like highly renowned, similar to like Garland. Maybe not as high, but like just about. So I want to know about his people too.
Rafs. I'm somewhat kidding. I love Mihawk. He's been my boy since what was it, episode 20, 18? I don't even remember. I'll never lose again.
And the matchups too. Like what kind of matchups? Like who is Shamrock going to?
The way that Shamrock extended his saber for Cerebus, it is 100% an ode to how Mihawk sent out a saber.
So we're getting into Hawkeye territory now. You got Enma, burn Enma. You got Mihawk, whatever. I don't know.
Howl Cerebus.
Yo, this is getting. Oh yeah, Shanks having the griffin. Yeah, I think in the anime they kind of showed a bird when he was fighting the kid. So maybe Oda told them to add that little tidbit.
He what now?
He had like a griffin, like a bird, or dragon bird things. Like, it was like the aura, it was shaped as that. And people were saying that from
For his
sword,
hockey?
he might have something like that too. Yeah.
Or like
So
the
kind of like
swing
with
that he did?
Cerberus. Mm-hmm.
Ooh, two mythological beasts battling it out?
Yep.
Cerebus
So-
versus Griffith.
Then what the fuck Mihawk has? You know what this also tells me too? Is that Mihawk, and, you know, I know people always like to either they praise him or talk shit about him. I think this raises stocks up even more for me personally because he is the greatest swordsman. And you got all these different swordsmen that exist. You can't just call someone that if like, you know, people, oh, hockey wise, Shanks is just. I'm like, but like, he uses a sword. He's a swordsman. If you use a damn sword, I'm not gonna say you're not a swordsman. That doesn't make sense to me. It's not like if somebody. That's stupid analogy. I was gonna say like somebody used a gun to just like pistol whip somebody. Like you're still using a gun. I'm not saying that you shoot him, but you're wielding the gun.
Oh, Lord.
Hey,
Man, and one thing I was really hoping we would get more in Wano. At this point, I really doubt we'll get it. Pleasantly surprised, and actually would look forward to if Oda does decide to change his mind in the future. But the blacksmithing creation of those legendary weapons, because we have not seen nearly anything in regards to that since the brief little mention of it in Wano. And I was so disappointed with that. I was like, I need to know about these legendary weapons. Like, where do they come from? Do they have souls imbued into them? Because we were talking about, Enma for Zoro having the aura or the haki of Odin. And when he versed Kaido and he slashed him, reopened the wound, he's like, oh, I felt something. It wasn't just Zoro. I feel like it was also like Odin was there with him making that slash.
What is Zoro? Well, Zoro / Enma's like name, like his title? Didn't they call him like the what was it, like God of Hell or something like that?
The god of god of the underworld, god of the death, god of death, something like that.
I'm not gonna lie to you. And Ravs, you said you didn't like it when you first mentioned it about Mihawk potentially being an op. To be honest, he might have to, because in terms of if he's from a celestial dragon like lineage, I think that. So the way I look at this story now is that all this stuff practically happened before. So there was someone who wielded his blade in the past. So saying like Mihawk back then, I think Mihawk obviously has more respect for the outside world, kind of like with Shanks, right? Like they both respect. That's why Shamrock talked about Shanks like, you know, he takes a liking from this filthy world or whatever. It seems like he respects his brother, but he's like, yeah, he's intertwining with those scum people. So I think Mihawk is kind of like that too, where it's like he may not be confined by their mentality fully, but he is definitely, his origins does come from being a celestial dragon. So he will probably obviously fight Zoro. It will just have more honor in the fight rather than like being just some demon type of, you know, celestial dragon that's just gonna kill you in any means necessary. I think he has his own morals, and I think it works. Because why else would he fight Zoro in this final war? Like at first we were just thinking about the clashing of the pirate crews, but like this is bigger than that.
Oh, it's so much bigger.
So it's like it would have to be on terms of that, like him being the Holy Knight, which is interesting because remember Gunko and Shamrock just said that they're sending another one out here to get the kids or whatever, right? We're gonna meet more and more of them.
Why did I have to call that ahead of time? It's always the indoctrination of the children.
Yes.
And they made it a point they are still learning because they are in school, because they're trying to be more agreeable, let's just say, on an international basis.
All these kids.
So for them to say, oh, let's just kidnap the kids, it's like the giant experiments that, you know, whatever, I think Caesar was trying to do.
Yep, and they got the Scarface, all these kids,
bullshit,
kid clones and DNA shit. Speaking of clones, fuck that Vegapunk shit, man. Come on, Oda.
Again, It's like, how many times do we have to teach you this lesson?
After that speech, like really, you did now that speech doesn't feel as like it's still
It
important
doesn't
information,
feel as
but it
like
doesn't. Yeah,
impactful.
nah, yeah. Like why? You had like you said earlier, you have Lilith.
What's the point? She's right there. She has all the memories. And I didn't like that to begin with, but it was better than bringing back the actual body of Vegapunk.
Yeah.
The only reason he's doing that is to give Vegapunk like a final panel once the One Piece is found. It's just to show his reaction to Luffy becoming king of the pirates.
Yeah, that's exactly what he's going for.
That's the only reason why you're doing it. And I hate that because it shits on the character. I love Vegapunk and Egghead. He was one of the best parts about that arc.
Yeah, you can easily done that through Lilith. You know?
No, why are you a woman? Why are you a woman?
Also, do you think Frankie, some people are saying this, do you think Frankie is standing in front of something that's like blocked in that mural? Just the fact, I mean, I know that he's in the middle. Yeah, and that's just like the perspective just so that we can see it like him and Oi. But people are just questioning, like, that would be interesting to see. And then some people are saying, like, once again, he might be the one who's going to create Pluton, obviously, or turn into it, or some crazy shit. Become a fucking clobberman, or whatever that's called.
Okay, literally, this could just be the way that it was scanned or uploaded from the original source to the print version. I know that this is electronic. That's not my point. If you look under his left armpit, there is a bit of
I see.
Something there. I could see there being another ship, but who's missing from this?
Pluton, I think. Well, okay.
Didn't you say that Pluton you thought maybe was the watch? Go ahead. I lost my train of thought.
I think it could be Pluton because the Noah's Ark is what I think is inside Tunisia.
Noah's Ark, yep, at the bottom of
Nell or Enru's ship.
That's flying.
And then,
so we're 0 for 2 in terms of looking for
Shirahoshi.
Shirahoshi's there. We have the people riding on the whale up top where it's raining.
So I think, yeah, Pluton. And it's Frankie. That's actually really cool. Oh, they did it like that to put like Frankie there because he's the one who's going to create that.
Ooh, that is a great touch. So not only I'm thinking Emu has the sun in his hand, I think that's not only meant to represent kind of like you're gonna have to help me out here. What's the name of the fire?
Mother Flame.
The Mother Flame. But I think it's also supposed to represent Uranus. Because remember how it came down from the sky, and it looks like the people on the right are using the sun as an energy source to found their machines.
You know, something else I like so much about this page is that obviously the actual pages that Saul is reading, like you can just read that and then just come up with your own idea or interpretation.
You don't even have to look at the mirror.
Also look at the mirror. But yeah, you can do either or. And they kind of give you different things. So this whole time, like right now, from when we've been talking about, you know, looking at the mirror, but even when I go back and read the pages, it's interesting that like it makes you think if Emu, like, so because Emu was apparently one of the 20 kings. They said that
a
king of
human to begin with, yes.
So,
or a non-godly life form to begin with, yes. But continue.
Right. So did Emu transcend into a god, or is it taking power from one of these silhouettes? Or
I think it could honestly be like a deal with a devil.
I think so too.
Like, I don't think that the Emu we know of today, I don't think that, obviously it's not like the full design of Emu, but I feel like you're onto something in terms of the earthly king that then became Emu had to request let's just say the sea god.
So many different gods too. I don't even like. You have the forest. You have the serpent of hellfire or whatever.
Yep.
So sea, land, or earth. So sea, earth,
Forest.
sun, obviously, forest, and then the serpent. Not necessarily
The
a god,
sun,
but anything.
the moon.
Mm.
Well,
I
the
think
moon, yeah, not really a moon god, but yeah.
when we first got to Elbaf, I think they said that there's like gods and everything. Like, what was it? The fucking ear god or something?
Oh, the great ear god. It's just a rabbit, dude. Let's chillax a little bit.
And then that screenshot I sent of the god of rain. Like I said, if that's the thing, I think that's dragon because he can control the weather. Or at least it seems like he can control the weather.
So do you think that's maybe dragon on the back of the whale up top? Because it's raining right above.
That's an interesting question. I really don't know what that could be. Like, people have been saying mink. People have been saying like a Yamato type of mythical zone, which dragon probably is a mythical zone, obviously.
So the reason, Vontae, why I didn't think that was a mink next to the whale is because if you look right below the sun I think that bear, I think that's supposed to represent the minks.
Or
not necessarily
people on the moon.
Are they bear-like?
I don't remember. They look kind of mouse-like. I don't know how to explain. Like,
okay.
Like, it could be either or though. But I will say
I can't remember if they have tails or not, but
that is more. I don't know. And then you have the giant on the bottom and the front. I wonder who that would be. Zoro. That's funny. Nah, he's big. There. I mean, technically, in a way, he kind of.
I mean, it would have to be on a similar. I don't know if this is to scale. That's another thing. Like, of course, it's a children's drawing. We know Luffy has his giant form. We know Emmett was Emmett's size. We're assuming that's Loki because even the hair tuft in the back, like that's going to be Loki on our team. But I keep going back to that top right figure. I'm thinking that might be like the Onis. Because they haven't really talked about the so the one that you thought was maybe the minks. I think that could be like the Onis.
Could be. It better not be fucking Kaido. It better. Hey. This is cool, man. Like, the more you look at it, the more things you can come up with. Like, everybody has been doing it every single day, and I've been seeing different stuff. And everybody's pointing out different things too. Like, did you notice those halos on the far right of the people going upwards that are like giving?
Yeah, it's almost like they are.
And then they lose it.
Well, not only that, but it's like the people that, let's just call them angels for lack of a better term at the moment, but they get kind of, how do I put this?
It's weird.
Like the energy that is cultivated is then consumed by the machine. The machine then spits out the husk that is a human. Yeah. Those humans may die. They go to the underworld, potentially showing rebirth. And then I don't know if those are maybe children that are then born, because then to the left, you see an angel. So it's like, are those dead people? Are those...
This is weird,
like,
though.
What's the reincarnation cycle? Because that reminds me of the devil fruit reincarnation cycle.
And then, like, why is Emu standing above that? Like, that's 100% Emu. Just from the crown and the black, like, that's Emu. At least from the first one. So, like, why is Emu standing above the Noah's Ark with people? Like, you know...
And if that
like,
is Zunisha, yeah. That's weird.
And based on how they're talking, so when you read all the first world, second world, third world, it's like... Okay. So they said that... people were enslaved, right? And they needed someone that can save them. So with their wishes or whatever that they did, they essentially created the sun god Nika to save them, and that's what it did. The earth god was enraged by that, and with its serpent of hellfire, so I guess its monster, it like just burned everything. And then in the second world, you had a forest god that came out of nowhere, and I'm assuming that the forest god was, is that where like the devil fruits kind of came from? And it gave mankind those powers because they say that those are the moon dream. Man killed the sun and became God. So I'm thinking became God means like you get the power. So devil fruits or even whatever the Goros they have, whatever power source that they have.
Mm-hmm.
So they killed Joy Boy, which is the second world, or whatever, whoever was Nika at that time. It might have, who knows? But it seems like it's probably Joy Boy.
Well, what I was thinking is the forest god. I want to look at this line specifically. So the forest god tamed demons, and the sun spread the fires of war. So that one statement could be the actual creation of devil fruits.
Mm-hmm.
So the forest god could have been literally the devil fruit tree that we've been speculating about for years. And taming demons is, they call them devil fruits. So that's just on the nose. And then the sun spread the fires of war. So these, Vegapunk's theory about how devil fruits initially came into being, they were the dreams of those who wish to do more. So when you wish to do more, sometimes that does then thereby make it a necessity to where you have to have conflict. So the fires of war, maybe that's how all the devil fruits were spread across the globe, because there are devil fruits everywhere. There's no rhyme or reason why certain devil fruits are where they are. It seems like it's an overabundance, almost, I would say, of the devil fruits in this world. But then the thing that I don't really get about, if we're just trying to take a combination of the mural and the text, where does that like sky beast come into play?
The forest god? Or at least that's why I think that is.
You think that is the forest god?
Yeah, just in terms of how
know,
like the page is like kind of sectioned off with 3 different worlds and 3 different things that are destroying the world or changing the world.
So what do you mean? Okay, so I'm not like calling you out on it. This is just a dialogue. But like the forest god tamed demons? How does that relate to the mural and what it's breathing fire on or attacking the land god or earth god?
I don't know. I kind of like that part. I kind of don't really get, but from that second part on that page, or the other page rather, it makes it seem like when they say man killed God, that sounds like the 20 allied nations that killed the sun god, which we know of. Joy Boy from with the ancient kingdom against the 20 nations that killed him. So I think when they say man became God, because in the other, so this is another thing. Once again, I said it earlier when I was reading from like OP scans and TCB. There's like different translations, but on that page it says something about man defied. I think they said defied God or defied and became God. So that's why I think the devil fruits come into play. Like they did something where obviously we know that the devil fruits is like it's like a forbidden or like taboo in a way because the seas hate you at that point. So you did something to be punished by the sea, the god of the sea. But once again, these interpretations are weird because we think that Emu might be the god of the sea now, right? Based on
I think so, yeah.
That's strange because technically speaking, once they have 2 different sources of power, like whatever power from Emu is like for celestial dragons or whoever else is fighting for them and the other nations that are fighting with them, while the people of the sun, or I guess since they said slaves, are the ones who essentially created Nika and devil fruits, I'm guessing that the quote unquote slaves and any other race of people are the ones who are powered by devil fruits as celestial dragons and co are given dark powers, kind of like the Polish thing. And we've seen the pentagram from Shamrock and Gunko, so same thing.
Also, this could be a thinly veiled, let's just call it, analogy for nuclear apocalypse. To where man got too close to the sun, or touched the forbidden sun, is what it says. So once the world was a barren wasteland, within the void there was breath. So something came from the ashes.
Yeah.
And that was the regrowing of devil fruits. So let's just say that nuclear energy caused a mutation to where people's dreams then affected, or maybe the blood of the dead seeped into the ground, and then that ground then allowed devil fruits to spring up from the ashes.
Unless the forest god is the good guy, one of the good guys. Because it really does sound like the forest god obviously gave us the power to combat against this darkness. And in that mural, it does look like it's fighting against the serpent, like fire, breathing fire towards each other.
Mm-hmm.
Because it wouldn't make sense to have that layer, like that doesn't, like what would that be? Why they're connected? That's why it's not segmented. It's all in one.
Yeah.
Drawing. Oh, also people are saying that they think that the red line is the serpent. So like, since it goes all the way around.
I know that's been a long-standing theory in the community, and you know what?
Came back. Yeah. This is just ridiculous. Like, how big? Like, Oda is doing something that I don't know if I've even seen to this extent.
His level of ambition is insane.
This is something he wanted to do for so long.
Yeah,
like,
I know,
what?
and like. The fact that he has these type of, let's just call it a lore drop, in what chapter is it? 1138? Like, you've been writing this shit for 25 years.
Yes. He had this in mind since then, like 100%. This is not, no one can just say, oh, no,
you don't stumble into this. You don't stumble into this.
No,
there's no way.
Especially if he already, once again, going to that Skypiea screenshot, if you introduce that idea of God of this, God of that, like that wasn't just random. He's always thought of those things. And then the One Piece, claiming the One Piece, like, what
does the end of the series look like? We just introduced a biblical, like, potentially reoccurring war.
Bruh.
I don't understand how this is all gonna wrap up. Like, what did he say the last time that he publicly made a commitment to the end of the series? Did he say another, like, 6 years, 5 years?
I think he said 5. Yeah.
But didn't he say that like a year ago? There's no fucking way that he can wrap all this shit up in 4 years.
But dude, what I don't like. It's I always love to see. This is why I like Attack on Titan so much. It's like, when you start to realize there's things bigger than what you know, it's like, what? Like, when we were learning about Grisha's flashback and, like, the world outside, like, that stuff was like, whoa. Like, yeah, we had an idea that there's something outside there, but not to that extent where there's literal other countries, and this is a thing where they turn people into Titans and send them over here to be punished. It's like, that felt biblical in it, in itself, too, especially when we've seen, like, old, paintings or stuff like in EDs and openings, all these cryptic messages. And here with Oda, this is exactly what this is. Like, remember when he said that Marineford is going to look like absolutely nothing to the final saga?
I can see it. I can see it.
Like,
now.
What is this? This is going to be insane. Like, how do you? And then going back to that panel of all the notable characters, now we know 100% that silhouette is Shamrock. He has the same saber sword as Shanks.
Same pose.
And even though they showed those characters on that page, there's still other ones that weren't on that page that will also have pretty big roles in the background.
Man marked by
So,
flames.
Dragon,
That's
it's your
one of
time,
them.
dude. What are you doing? Stop looking east. Like, what are you... Dragon. Garb.
Do you think that's the Shamrock is now the final fight for Dragon? The final adversary?
I want to say yes and no. I really think that Dragon is going to end up fighting Emu.
Okay.
Him and Luffy and whoever else. There's going to be a lot of mixed batches of people.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like with Shamrock, I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, him and Loki got a little thing going on. They're definitely going to clash.
All I'm hearing is Loki's on our side.
Yeah,
well done.
honestly. That's why I say I like a Mordecai, man. Look at that. Like, someone who actually has a dynamic with Luffy. Him claiming to be the sun god. Him having that other interpretation from the Harley text of wanting to ruin the world or whatever. And, like, why does he have such a... You said it earlier, he has so much conviction. Why is he like he's just born like this. It's weird.
Yes, actually.
Like, he literally... It's like, maybe his dad saw the prophecy, obviously, which we know. He said that he knew that his son would kill him one day. So, and you also mentioned earlier in your reading about, like, there being, like, a ritual. Maybe he needed that to happen.
Well, because I just want you to take a moment, look at the weapon that what we assume to be Loki is holding. That shit is massive. Oh. That's probably the sword that's sticking out of Elbaf.
Exactly, that's what I'm about to say.
But, like, he is way too small currently to be able to wield that. So the only thing that I can think of, and it's interesting that the owl has the grow fruit, like, what is... Let me back up a little. Let me back up a little bit. Well, it could be a shapeshift. That's one thing. But I also want to point out something that I think the community was a little bit up in arms about previously. And I mentioned something. I think you had a little bit of pushback. I was saying, what if there is a Gear 4 form for all the comrades of Luffy's crew? Because the Giants keep talking about this white-haired form, and Bonnie seemingly was able to bust it out of nowhere.
I mean,
and then Bonnie might be an exception, but I'm thinking that the Giants might be able to unlock this, whatever this form is. So the Nika Devil Fruit could be giant in origin, in that it was initially created from a giant's dream, potentially. So I remember saying that I thought that Joy Boy was huge because he seemed relatively big in comparison to Emmett, and we know Emmett is large. So if the original Nika or the original Nika entity was actually like a giant with those horns, much like the King Harold ripped off, that would be crazy.
And they did say
that'd be the only way to wield
then.
that weapon. Yes.
Yeah, the pure blood.
Considerably.
And Loki, he's not. They basically they said that King Harold's dad was big as hell. That's interesting. I think. You know what? And I don't really have that much of a problem with it no more because we know that Emu is powering these celestial dragons with this dark power or whatever. So, like, if Sun God can do that, why not?
Sure. Why not?
But Blackbeard, man, like, what the hell? Like,
I don't see where he comes into play. I don't see where.
Intriguing. Like, what
and
you
know Oda's gonna.
This?
You know what he's gonna cook, and like the thing that they keep this one singular line by Marco. His body's weird. Yes. So like.
So like. Oh, you know what? Okay, so I'm starting to think that Joy Boy probably got backstabbed by someone. So like a Judas, so someone that would.
It might have been Emu, honestly.
Could be. And I think Blackbeard is just another
representation of that.
Second coming of that. Which, remember when Vegapunk? Yeah, when he said, "Among you there is a what?"
I died.
And he put Blackbeard
or
on
signal
the
cut
panel
off.
too. Like, among you there is a what? Because it's not like
There's a
they're
what?
a unified group. So what does that mean? Like, if you say a traitor or a, I don't know. Like, what is there?
Okay, we might be glazing him a little bit, so just bear with me if this sounds crazy. Do you think Blackbeard potentially is a god?
In what way?
So is either the land god?
Okay.
So like he has the quake fruit.
Oh, I know.
Like brought about darkness to the world. Like, do you think he could be one of these 4 gods?
Might be a new one. Underworld.
A new one.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Something like that.
I didn't even think about that.
Because like if Emu was supposed to be like this dark figure, and Blackbeard is literally like, his name's fucking Blackbeard for one. Obviously, I know it's a real pirate named Blackbeard, but Blackbeard, he literally has the Yami Yami no Mi. He has a fucking sea quake fruit that can destroy the world. Like, that's very underworld, destroying everything type of thing. And I think that he's going to steal Emu's power, because Emu, it's funny because Emu is trying to use the mother plane, which is like Nika's power, like the sun, and then you have Blackbeard that probably will be able to steal the darkness from Emu. That's interesting. They're all trying to steal shit from each other, or at least I think Blackbeard will do that.
And I just don't understand where the those of the half moon dreamed. Those of the moon dreamed. Man killed the sun and became God, and the sea god stormed, and they will never meet.
And they will never meet again.
What do you
What?
What?
It's, man.
So the reason why I reread that is because man killed the sun and became God. That's very, I killed my father and became something greater that I thought about when he killed Whitebeard.
Sounds like when they say became, Celestial Dragon. So the 20 nations killed Joy Boy and became these, Celestial Dragons.
I can see that too.
So that's why they have they feel a certain kind of way against the the Nefertari family.
Yeah.
They're like, what the fuck? Like, you guys don't rock with that? Come on, we need Joy Boy. So that's another thing too. Emu, like, how do you? Remember, I kept saying I think that there was a ritual that was done that granted him this power. And I'm thinking, and you mentioned it earlier, like the devil type situation. I think that's literally what's going on, because that's definitely Emu on that by the tree right there, and then that's definitely Emu on the left as well. It's like going through time essentially.
Okay, and then this has been a great stream. I kind of don't want to end it, but I want to respect your time as well.
Cool.
For the last part of the 3rd book, the sun god dances and laughs, guiding the world to its end. The sun returns and brings a new morning, and they will surely meet.
Yeah, what the hell?
Do you, like, here's the thing. With Joy Boy having the end that we think he had, tragic, that is, and Luffy always kind of beating to his own drum, no pun intended, it almost seems like the sun god or the Nika devil fruit doesn't want to save the world. It just wants to move forward. So shout out to Aaron from Attack on Titan again, because when it says guiding the world to its end, that's not saving the world from its end. That's not preventing the end of the world. That is merely being a harbinger of the end.
I think you're cooking with that, because even Luffy, like, regardless of people looking at, oh, this is Luffy, he's just saying, I'm my own person. But no, that's like, he's so adamant, and he says that so often. It's like, and remember, he always said that he's not a hero, even though he has been saving people all the time.
No.
At the same time.
Like, do it yourself.
But he does it with the food and this and that. So it's And then going back to Luffy destroying Fisherman Island, that prophecy.
Where does that come into play?
I think honestly, I think it's going to happen. Like, just, but he's going to. And once again, too, they created the slaves of that time created this savior. So I could easily see the savior, the sun god, like you just said, not really wanting to do this, but he's just guiding us forward because he didn't exist before that. He just kind of you guys just kind of forced him into his world. So he's like, all right, bet, well, I help you, but I'm all about freedom. I'm all about liberation.
What do you think is? I know this is such a difficult question. Do you think that the One Piece is the treasure after the conflict? Or do you think it is something to be used to end the conflict? I think it has to be related in one way or the other as either the spoils of war or as a means to end the war.
Okay, I'm more so thinking now, especially with this whole dream thing. Once again, you got these kids of the past, these giants of the past creating this mural, and also knowing that the slaves had dreams and wishes that created the sun god. I think that also goes along with Luffy and Roger's dream. I think that his dream is to connect people because, I mean, since forever, everybody's been disconnected. You got the Red Line, you have all this shit going on, natural disasters, all these fights, pirates, world government, revs, all that. So I think the One Piece, the famous theory is that the One Piece will be used to connect people in some kind of way. I don't know exactly how, but after seeing this chapter and then thinking back to what Oda said that like basically the story's over once we claim the One Piece. Yeah, I'm thinking he's pivoting a little bit. It might, way? Like, okay. Let me.
Do you think there'll be more story after the One Piece is found? Is that what you mean by pivoting? That's a tough question. I know. I'm sorry.
Because I don't know. Like, how are we going to? Do you think? Let me ask you, do you think that the war has to end first, then we claim it, or do you think we can claim it before or during the war?
So, the reason why I asked you that question is because my first thought is, it's the treasure at the end. Mm-hmm. But then I was thinking to myself, if this is a biblical war that has been going on since the beginning of time,
fuck that treasure.
What's the one thing that can stop it? If there is one thing that can stop it, it has to be the One Piece. I feel like the One Piece in some way, whether it's an energy source,
you know what?
It has to be used to end it all. The cycle has to break.
No, that is the 100%. Only... This is why I say it, my bad. Because of Roger. Go ahead. Because of Roger. He literally doesn't want any parts of this. Not just because he doesn't want to, but because he can't. He said he was too early. Mm-hmm. Him saying he's too early literally means that, like, oh, hell no, I don't have... He looked at this mural right here. He probably seen something like this. He said, I do not have... I mean, yeah, he does have some minks. He had...
I don't have any giants on my team yet.
Yeah, no giants. The minks, those boys were young at the time.
Yeah. The Avengers are not fully assembled.
Right. I don't know if he had a grand fleet. I think he just had his crew. So he like, hell no, I can't fight against that. No, I had trouble going against the rock pirates. There's no way I can go against
guys, if you want to go into retirement, right hand, if you just want to fuck around, drink to the bottom of a bottle, so be it. Like, we are small fries. We are insignificant specks of dust.
He said, in this universe.
I'd lose.
I'm sick and die.
I don't want to live in this world anymore. And yeah, so the One Piece, because he also talks like, I mean, he claims that it is his treasure,
But I think that's only to just make people like that's his way of making people want to. Like, it gives it a lot of glory and like fame that he knows that it'll make people want to go there. It's different if he said there is a treasure at the end. It's not mine.
He's
Like,
got a
people,
mystique about his own name, so him saying "Go find my treasure" makes it seem more valuable.
yeah. And then they're like, "What the hell do you know?" So it makes people more curious. So Roger is an interesting character. I wonder. I mean, aside from God Valley, which we probably gonna get that real soon, to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised. Like after once this arc ends, we might get it. Just because now we have everybody who derives from that time period, just about.
Pretty much.
And all the different factions of people are already here, and we already got a little bit of it. I don't like what more can we get from Roger's character. Like I really want to see more from him, and we will once we get more of Zebek, which we got little to nothing about him, which is real interesting. Because I think he knows just as much, if not, I wouldn't say more, but I think he knows a lot as well.
I think he knows more than most people do in that. Like he can make a decision on his future and his role in this world. So
what's his goal?
I don't know.
It's not the One Piece. It wasn't that. I
Obviously
think it's
not.
the same thing as Blackbeard. Can be number one in the world. So maybe that's why Joy Boy probably lost for sure. Someone just wasn't aligned with whatever he was doing. He's like, nope. I don't know why. Like, why are you creating more problems? We're going against the fucking devil, and now you want to come in and what? That's.
It was surely a Judas situation. He got backstabbed so hard. Oh man,
that's crazy. And how? And did this happen before Joy Boy? Did it happen in the first war with the OG Nika? Matter of fact, will we ever even see the OG Nika, or do you think we're just going to keep seeing them in like murals and like stories?
I don't think so.
I think that's pretty cool. Just leave them as the drawings.
Legend.
Yeah, that's cool.
I think he's more so of a figurehead at this point, because even like you were saying with the what's the name of Kuma's people again? The Buccaneers. How they sort of almost invented the mythos of Nika from their suffering, and then again with this chapter's end point.
Oh, that's probably a Buccaneer right there. Well, no, they're not that.
Well, they were very large, if you remember. Did they say they were an offshoot of giants, or did they say that Buccaneers were
I think
its
they
own
human
species?
Giant, did they? Or,
human and giant. Okay.
I think.
Did that make Cullen a Buccaneer?
Wait, what'd you say?
Does that make Cullen a Buccaneer?
Yes.
Technically?
Yeah, I think so.
That's cool.
But Kuma, I guess Kuma's like I don't know, I'm not doing the math correctly, but like a third. Maybe his dad was a Buccaneer. Like his dad's a Buccaneer and his mom was a human, so like.
Yeah, he's something less than 50%.
Yeah. So that might be a Buccaneer right there, in the front, in the mural.
Oh,
because it is smaller than Loki or the Giant, so.
Like, yeah, but it is larger than the other ones. Yeah, I can see that. Buccaneers.
Do we have a full-blooded Buccaneer nowadays? Well, that would be pretty hard unless they just, I don't know, lived in some outskirts of the world or something. But do we?
Okay, and another thing I want to mention, or I guess ask you, do you think Zunisha is an animal, or do you think Zunisha was a humanoid figure that was transformed into an elephant form?
To be honest, I don't know. But given that Zunisha appeared either at the end of the first world or the beginning of the second, I'm assuming that it helped get rid of the scorched earth, because elephant, trunk, water. I just don't know who created it, how did it become I don't know. Like, who knows? Unisha might be the first ever devil fruit user, or yeah,
Oh, like a Zoan?
yeah. Oh, you different. See, all that bullshit people were saying like during Wano, oh, go to no. This is the type of shit that I'm saying that for because this is crazy. And you thought this since probably like '95.
I've got this idea. You're not going to hear about it for 30 years, but that's okay. No, but for him to, I'm going to say almost seamlessly merge or coalesce all these different mythos, like Norse mythology, Christian mythology. You want to talk about with Alabasta, like Egyptian mythology. He's just got so many, and I don't know. I wish I knew the answer to this, but maybe not. I know that a lot of slaves in American history, they turn to, maybe not always willfully, but they turn to Christianity, similar to the Buccaneers, and how the Buccaneers were forcefully put into slavery. And even if there's any mythos from like an African perspective of there being a savior for the slaves, I don't know in the world, because slavery's been around for centuries, millennia even. So I don't know if there's any sort of mythos from maybe Africa of where slavery was a thing to where there was a savior, much like Nika. Because if you look at Nika's design, or just, it looks sort of primitive in that it only looks like there's sun god. Yep, obviously.
Those areas.
But if you look at like this mural drawing of Nika, it looks like he just has a sash around his waist to cover his genitals. It's not like he's fully ironcladded up, or it looks very, kind of.
I noticed something.
And I don't know, crude, like just, I don't know. I lost it, but go ahead.
You see how the shield, you see the design of it? It looks just like the design of the ship that's behind Loki and Under Emmett.
Yep.
From those people.
Yeah.
I seen people say that they think that that's Alabasta. I'm not sure if I remember any like emblem that looked like that.
Alabasta had an emblem?
I've seen people say the Cruiser Pirate, so Amazon Lily, but that looks like maybe. Wait a minute.
It looks like a sun.
Yeah. And that's Joy Boy right there, correct? Because how you look at everything is the first Nika.
Ooh.
Because that's why people have been confused.
Or am I thinking that's Luffy?
I don't think it's Luffy just because of the sword and shield. I don't think that's him. Like, I get it. It's like
so you think this mural has shown us the last time the world lost? Is that what you're thinking?
Yes, and it's given us an idea of what to look for this war in terms of the different.
The only reason why I think this specifically is us and not the last time that Emu won, assuming that Emu won, is that the hair on the back of what we consider to be Loki, do you know if that's like, I guess, no, Harajin doesn't really, does he have long hair? I can't remember.
Kind of. Actually,
I'm trying to think if like a lot of the giants have like longer hair, and I do know a few of them do.
Yeah, they usually do.
Okay, so I get, yeah, that could be just someone of the last world that lost to Emu, a descendant or not a descendant, a predecessor of Loki and Harold. So that actually might have been Emmett then, all those years ago. So to answer your question, I think that's Joy Boy. Final answer.
And I said earlier, I do like the distinction between the three because they're all different. Like, Luffy doesn't use a sword and a shield. The OG Nika, I don't know, but maybe the same as Joy Boy.
That's another idea I had. What do you think the role is of Eneru? Assuming that Eneru comes back on that floating arc. I have an idea, but if you don't have anything, I'll just say it outright.
Okay, so he's coming from the moon. He was on the moon. I think he's learned a lot of lore, similar to what Frankie's looking at right now, to some extent. I think he might end up obviously taking some of the people there to come back here to help fight. And I think he probably found some either a power source or another ancient weapon, maybe like a lost weapon. Because even though we've been introduced with 3 weapons, I would not be surprised if there's like another one. Especially since they're more planet-based / well, yeah, mostly planet-based. Who knows? There might be another one.
My thought was related to what the Giants talked about in my live stream today. So they had these cube things that created a rainbow that was tangent. It was of substance. It was tangible.
Yeah.
It existed physically. So, what if he was collecting moon rocks, and those moon rocks have the ability to have Luffy transfer over the Gear 5 hair / power to his allies? Because moonlight does not exist. The moon does not glow. It is reflected sunlight from the sun god.
Or Luffy's gonna give us some armor, some moon sun armor.
Lunar armor, nice.
Lunar armor.
Nice.
Everybody's gonna have like this white glowing armor. That would be kind of fire.
That would be incredible.
Only for the people who want it. I could see someone like Zoro be like, nope.
I don't want it. Don't need it.
Nope. That's
Sanji's like, if he's not using it, I'm not using it.
Right. Only the ones who want to use it are going to use it. Man, this is... And like, who is that angel that's by the Noah's Ark?
I know.
Like I said, it's Emu or something. Like, Zunisha. Like, who is that? I mean, obviously a Skypian, but like, I guess. But
like the original Skypians, wherever they came from.
Yeah. And then the one on the top left is definitely a Lunarian.
Because it has black wings and it also has the fire above the head.
So you think King will
honestly, I think that's more
role?
so. I think he might be the leader of the Seraphins once the Seraphins get brought back into it. I think it'll be an army of Seraphins instead of Lunarians, because the Lunarians were wiped out or almost wiped out last time.
But I like that though, because it goes into the whole kids thing. Make sure the kids are,
next generation.
Yep. Exactly. That would
be indoctrinated.
And that might make me like. It's crazy. I'm gonna say this, but it might make me like Kaido slightly more if we get some more like of their conversations or something. Like if he's dead, because just for King to like,
I don't know, man.
Based on what they talked about Joy Boy and stuff, like this is like instead of Kaido, because Kaido thought he was Joy Boy or thought he was, or he wanted to claim that title, while King, technically speaking, in terms of his lineage, his predecessors literally fought with him, and they were close to him, close to the sun, very close to the sun. Literally, they emit flames.
Closest.
Yeah. So, wouldn't that be interesting to see, like, how he would talk or view Luffy? Like, I would want to hear from King, like, his, I don't know, like,
ideology.
Yeah, and also think back to Kaido, like, you was wrong, bro. But he's the guy. He's the one I'm following.
I am just going to die on this hill until it happens or the series ends.
No.
I for sure know that Big Mom is coming back. I have a strong suspicion that Kaido will come back.
I don't.
Can we at least agree that Big Mom is for sure coming back?
Yeah, they mention
she's
her
not
all
dead?
the time. They keep mentioning her so much.
I must have read her name 3 times this stream.
But once again, since we both think that she has a highlight in this to come back, then it's like, why wouldn't Kaido come back? But the whole favor thing, I still think about that. If like he was able to help her survive,
that'd be dope.
I like Kaido a little bit more if he did that. Imagine Oda started doing something like that. Those two things we were just talking about with like King and then Big Mom for Kaido.
Oh.
I would start liking him a little bit more for both of those things. Like, okay, he's actually rather honorable. It's just I feel like he's still a waste. No matter what, I'm still going to think he's a waste of a character in terms of where he introduced him. And I keep saying this.
He fumbled with.
Like,
he
look at
fumbled with
Loki.
Kaido.
Loki came out of nowhere and has this much like he has his own set of morals. He has this weird mystique where like his own birth, we don't even know like what's like, is he cursed? Like what's going on with him? Like he denied the request to join the Holy Knights. Like I respect him more than Kaido. Kaido just sat with Orochi and Wano. Like he's really like a big fish in a small pond. That's what Kaido always seems to me now, and it's kind of annoying. So like, if you bring him back, it's not going to do much for him. I think he works better with through death, with other characters. Even going back to God Valley or anything like that. Like, he just works better in proximity and not actually being there.
I just had the weirdest idea. Should I say this out loud? I'm gonna sound like deranged if I say this.
Hey man, what about us all talking crazy?
I'll just chalk this one up to like my senses have been overloaded this stream. What if Blackbeard is the child of Harold?
Yeah, I see. Yeah, it's deranged. That's different. No, it's not deranged. It's different. Why?
So, I keep thinking about this cursed prince moniker that Loki has. We've known since he was a child that Blackbeard does not sleep. And he was always staring up at the moon.
The moon. Yeah.
And when I start thinking about like Loki and how he fits in this story as a cursed prince, what does a cursed birth look like? And we know that he came from, Harajin came from a non-pure-blooded or a non-Elbaf giant lineage. And then I thought about Marco's line to where he said he has a strange body. And he's been able to take in 2 devil fruits. He's an orphan. We know that Harold slept around. We know from this live stream that humans can procreate with giants. So just all these thoughts in my head, I'm thinking like, is he a buccaneer? Is he a giant? Why is his body different? How can he have 2? So like, that was my reasoning. I was like, wait a second. Cursed prince. Blackbeard's been cursed since he's been a child.
Here's the thing. It's funny that you said that and you broke it down like that, because like what is a cursed prince? How do you become a cursed prince?
Yeah.
I was saying, actually, this is something I just remembered when I was reacting to it. I was thinking that King Harold, since he became benevolent, that essentially cursed his child. Because Loki's
like
the second
the
one.
giants are always destined to be warmongering. Ooh.
Yeah. And then
I
now
like that a lot.
Yeah. So because they said that they'd always been like that until him, and they said he was also the quote unquote greatest, even though he had this new mindset and mentality. He ripped off his horns. He was done with that. That life.
He did.
And then the moment that he did that, he ended up having a kid because Harajin, he was born first. Because they said that he was Loki was born the year that Big Mom went rampage, and we know that Harajin is Big Mom's age. Like remember back in that flashback. So maybe he was cursed because of that. Like he went against his lineage is like rolled, which is crazy. That's actually crazy. Like all he wanted to do was be nicer. They said no, no, whatever gods, demons, whatever. I don't know. Fate said no.
It's a cruel
But
world.
going back to Blackbeard, I think the fact that Blackbeard is like he looks like he could be cursed or something. I think Blackbeard might be like a
Prince?
weird science experiment. I think
okay.
he's somebody that DNA was like mixed in with fucking darkness or some shit, like something weird. Among you, there is a what? Someone who's like, and I keep thinking about Zebek. A lot of people theories, and obviously that's like his father in some way. Maybe he did something.
Well, I've heard theories like he
crazy.
is Zebek that was like, you know, transformed into a devil fruit or transformed into
maybe
a husk.
Maybe. And then him not being able to sleep and just staring at the moon. Like, I keep thinking that he's being talked to by somebody or he's schizophrenic, something
Luna,
like that.
Luna.
Exactly. Because, like, why wouldn't you be able to sleep? Unless something's
that is the weirdest thing. And then another like curse I really enjoyed. I think it was like about Egghead. I know we've had other instances of it previously, but this is where it was really kind of drilled home by Oda. Is like this is a world with magic. So I started thinking about different curses that we've known about. So what's funny is Cavendish, the curse only awakens when he goes to sleep.
Oh, yeah.
But Blackbeard can't sleep at all. So
hey, Leah,
is there any connection there? That's strange, to say the least.
Unless he's another lost tribe of people, like some other tribe that's just so ancient.
Could be, yeah.
It's just how though? Like, how are you? And who knows? What if? Well, nah. I was gonna say, what if he ages different? But nah, I guess he aged normally because we've seen him as a kid and he's 40 something years old now. But
yeah, so that was why I was like, is he the son of Harold? I don't know.
Nah, Shanks is definitely talking about Blackbeard.
You think so?
Just based off of their rivalry too, like he's the only character that really gets some like.
Oh, and he's like, don't go after him. Don't go after him, Ace.
Because he's something's
like, this scar still hurts. This scar.
He's weird. Blackbeard's weird. He's like, because the world government seems like they don't really
mess with him. They don't want to touch him. He's off limits.
Yeah. Even when Garcia, St. J. Garcia, on Saturn, when he said, he was like, oh, he's from a special lineage. Like, I keep saying this, I don't think you would call a lineage, because this is Celestial Dragons talking, right? They wouldn't call any race of people special. They wouldn't say that. They would just say he's from this, you know. So what is he?
Could he be the cursed child, cursed prince of Emu?
That's what I was thinking about for a second. But I don't know.
I think Blackbeard, he might be a cursed prince. That's my takeaway. I don't know if he's related to anybody characters, but
lineage.
Yeah, that's.
It has to be like. I mean, okay, we are kind of agreeing with like there are gods that obviously came into existence or always existence before Emu became who Emu is, and Emu was like taken from whatever god. Maybe Blackbeard was directly birthed from one of those gods in some kind of way.
Okay.
Like, kind of like with Nika, right? Like Nika just appeared. Nika, so technically Nika is not even a real, like, natural born person.
At least that's not my interpretation of it. Correct.
So maybe Blackbeard is basically what Luffy is, and then maybe Zebek was like how Joy Boy was, and then maybe there's another person before Zebek that was, you know, going all the way back. But it's weird because they don't say it here. Unless, because he's holding the sun, the mother flame, like I was saying. Unless that's not Emu on the list. But I think that is.
Yeah, interesting that Emu shows up twice in the same mural.
Yeah, because we're
I
just
think that
assuming that
is
that's Emu, and that
well,
could
yeah,
probably
because
not.
but like you said, with like the crown that looks like it does on the right, there's no way that that's not supposed to represent Emu.
Right.
Because if we also remember back to Mary Joie, where they had the slaves underneath, it looks a lot like the conveyor belt that we see to Emu's right. It's like you're giving your life essence to the beast that is powering the machine that crushes you.
And I do think that there is more to the mural. So I'm hoping next chapter we get like actually more. Because I do think there is more.
You think so? I don't know. This
I mean,
seems pretty. Unless there's something behind, in front of Frankie, I feel like this is pretty much it.
It's just interesting that, I mean, from the pages that we see there and then the mural itself. So it talks about the god of the forest, talks about the god of the sea, it talks about the god of the land, right? Or earth, rather. And then
So
the
where's
serpent.
the fourth
See
one?
the serpent? Exactly. And then there might be a rain, going back to Skypiea.
Yeah.
And maybe land. I don't know if land is earth, I guess, but I don't know.
This is where I really wish I could have access to the Japanese original text, because it would allow me to see, do they use, I'm assuming because it is the official Viz translation, they have different kanji, different hiragana, katakana, whatever, for what they use this chapter versus what they used back in Skypiea. So my Occam's razor theory is that the things in Skypiea were called gods, much like we call the rabbit a god, the ear god in this chapter. But no, like this mural is meant to represent the only gods, the true gods. Not like what you call a god on Earth, like, oh, it's a big rabbit. It's not the ear god, it's a rabbit. Like,
so forest, sea.
Forest, sea,
But it
sun.
still doesn't show all. Right?
Hold on. I want to read this again.
Because serpent is just like the monster.
Sun god, we're assuming that's Seneca. Earth god raged, and with its serpent of hellfire. So is that the Earth god, or is that the
I think it's
serpent? No, on the right. Do you think
that's
the
the
Earth
serpent.
god? Okay, so that's the serpent.
Yeah.
Okay, so and then with the void, the forest god tamed demons.
The second one was confusing me the most out of everything. Because God of Forest, I take that as like the thing that's making the devil fruits. Because like trees, forests, and then it's talks.
Yeah,
like
I don't know. That thing looks like it's from the sky. It looks like it's above.
It does.
I wouldn't consider, like, why would a forest god need wings? I think that's my biggest, like, I
angels,
don't think
gods.
I think you're reaching a little bit.
I mean, it's right above the tree, though. Like,
I know it random. Is like in proximity, but for whatever reason, I don't like making that assumption that it is the forest. We'll just agree to disagree on that one.
I mean, if Emu is the sea, why does Emu have wings too? If we think that the one on the left is Emu and Emu is the god of the sea. So or even if Emu, if it's the earth, why do you have? Like, I just think that that's just a trait.
Okay.
They might derive from the same thing. Maybe Earth is the god of gods, and they like split. I don't know, like split to forest, split to sea, and then split to, well, rain's not here, so we'll forget about rain. But so at least we do know there's three: sun, forest, and sea.
Yeah.
But then Earth, I don't know.
I don't know. Well done, Oda. You've completely mind fucked me again. Thank you for this.
I don't know.
And last point, because we need to wrap this up. I'm getting hungry.
It's all
What do you think of Who's Who in
Oh yeah.
Watto?
I don't know.
You think he's just dicking about like?
Yeah, I don't think there's really nothing too crazy going on.
I think
here.
him like kidnapping these kids is more like, hey, come join my crew. We have fun.
Yeah. Order, can we get away from this, please? I'm tired of this shit. We're like, what, volume
Just
fucking
let
40
me-
or some shit.
He can't keep getting away with this. He can't keep getting away with it. Like,
I'm
let
so glad we
Wano
got
die like your other characters. Oh, wait. No, you won't. You won't do it with
Wow.
Vegapunk. You won't. Sorry.
Wow.
It's a great stream. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to end it like that. But, yeah, I don't know. Who's Who? He's a cool looking character. I think those horns on his head are actually his horns.
At this point, man, he is a
Who cares?
freak. Yeah, who cares? Who's who?
Who cares?
Yeah, man. Great stream, though. Yeah, great stream. Long stream.
Thank you for being here this whole time. I know you weren't on mic all the time, but I know that you were definitely watching, or at least had it on in the background, so I appreciate it. I'm not going to promise to be here on Thursday when the new chapter drops. I'll try.
I'll let you know. But you
We'll
gotta get on this.
All right, I'll take another 2-month hiatus. Or hell, almost. I think I read it in October. Almost a 4-month hiatus. Oy. One Piece is great. I'm so glad I did not really get spoiled on this. I knew of a mural. I knew there was some world building stuff. I knew it was on Elbaf, but yeah, this was a great read. Loki is a character.
One Piece great again.
Thank you for making Loki a character. I appreciate that. It would have been cool not to be spoiled on Shamrock, but it is what it is.
Shamrock shit.
Yeah. Anything else you want to add?
Freaking Irishman.
Hey, I'm Irish. Look at my red in my beard.
Hey man, hey, you might be a figurine.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
Yeah, but yeah, great stream once again. Great chapter. You can use this mural as a damn header. I might do that with the color. I don't know.
That color is immaculate.
That's crazy. I like that they started doing it like that with the gold. That's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's all I got though.
All right, guys. So thank you, Ras, for coming through, dropping a lot of comments. Obviously, thank you, Devontae. I don't think there was anyone else who commented. If you want to leave a comment on the actual stream itself on YouTube for the VOD, be greatly appreciated. As Devontae said, I am at 98 subscribers and have been stuck there for what seems to be since, I don't know, July of last year. I've just not gone up. I've stayed at the same amount. Whatever. I haven't been consistent. I recognize that. I'm not going to promise JJK, Dr. Stone, or Oshinoko reactions. They might come. They might not. My primary focus, as is Vante's at the moment, has been Mugen Eclipse, which is our dual reaction anime, manga, live action, Western animation channel that we have together. It has been growing immensely. And yeah, One Piece, I'm always happy whenever I catch up. I can't be consistent with it. I just don't have the time.
One Piece.
All right. Well, with that being said, thank you guys so much for stopping by, coming along. I'm stalling for time. Bye-bye.